FanDuel Fan Fest is coming to Scottsdale, and you can be there for free. Don't miss your chance to hang out with sports legends and see live performances by Griffin and Nelly. Plus, play games and win prizes. Enjoy delicious food trucks, kick back in the beer garden, and a whole lot more.
FanDuel Fan Fest is something for everyone. To get your 2 free tickets, just place any bet of $20 or more on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. New to FanDuel? Sign up now, and you'll also get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. FanDuel Fan Fest is the hottest party in sports, and it all goes down Saturday, December 11th at Westworld of Scottsdale. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app or visit FanDuel.com/AZFanFest to get your 2 free tickets now. That's FanDuel.com/AZFanFest.
21 plus and present in Arizona. Opt-in required for existing users. Refund for new users is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/FanFest. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And yes, today, I believe, starts week 14 in the NFL. Can you believe that? Week 14 already? And it's December 9th already.
It really flies by.
What the hell is going on? And then, of course, I remember on the text line on the Twitters that people were talking about, oh, we got to have this win in fantasy football because, looking for playoff position. And I was like, come on, guys, it's way too early for that. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, crap, it starts next week. It's not too early for that. So I am right on the edge of either being in or out of the playoffs. And so suddenly, yeah, there is a bit of, I'm trying to win every week. So, I'm not succeeding at it, but, I'm doing what I can. So it really shouldn't make a difference. You play your game the best way you can. But yeah, it all snuck up on me, just like lunch is trying to do right now. I'm fine. So Randy, I was taking a look at your team. You got a guy with COVID, just so you know. You got a guy with COVID.
Yeah, I've got to remove him and put another player in his place. Yeah.
So, I'm not necessarily stalking your teams. I was just trying to see who the competition was going to be for the lowest rungs of the playoffs. So
I'm not going to make.
You don't know that anything can happen. Right?
I'm in last place.
So you're not in last place. Is he in last place? I don't think you're in last place.
I don't think Randy's in last place. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you no matter what, you play through the whistle, Randy. That's how we were brought up. That's how we were taught. You play through the whistle.
Yeah, Randy's ahead of me.
Yeah,
Randy's 9th.
Oh, that's not going to make him feel better. Why would you say that?
No, because a win could get him in. Wait, no, he says he's not going to make the playoffs, and you're like, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can't happen from 12. If you're at 12, you're kind of done. But at 9,
anything can happen, Keon.
At 9, he absolutely can make it to the playoffs.
I might delete some teams. Happen. You never know. I'm going to get in. Well, whatever the case, just so you're aware, week 14, anything can happen, and your fantasy football playoffs are probably happening here pretty soon. Coming up on the program, we're going to do our NFL fan pick'em picks, and of course, Rosalie Michaels will join us for some fantasy football stuff. Screaming Eagle says, "Happy Thursday, everyone." And basically what he says next is, Rosalie is such a breath of fresh air. Well, yeah, any gal comes around the show, it's a breath of fresh air. You know, it smells like old musty socks in here most of the time. I've been over right here in the studio to pick up a piece of paper I had dropped, and I don't know what the hell I smelled when I was down there, but it ain't right. Something happened. I think this might be a crime scene. Something disgusting happened right here on the floor. I have no idea what it is.
Chalk line. We need CSI. We need help.
Or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't want to know. Maybe we just forget that I have said anything, and we all sleep better at night not knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So sometimes you just don't ask questions if you don't want to know the answer.
That's what I always say. If you love a restaurant, never look in their kitchen. Don't even like, hey, want a tour? Nope. This ain't Boca de Beppo. I don't need to see anything. Just give me the food. I'll go home blissfully ignorant. Thank you. 888-368-1580. Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. Happy Thursday." Oh boy, how about those Coyotes forgetting to pay their tax bills? I don't think anybody forgot anything. Yeah, no, it was not human error for 16 months that the tax bills didn't get paid. Big George, and yeah, George, of course, is sarcastic on this. He knows better. But yeah, the Arizona Coyotes were like, "Oh wait, what? Oh, that tax. Oh no, we got you. And immediately there's $1.3 million paid right there. Here's a check. Driver's license and second form of ID. Who's got a second form of ID? All right. Well, yeah, everything's fine. You know why? You know why the Arizona Coyotes suddenly leapt up to pay that bill? Because the NHL told them so. That's what I think. There was a phone call between the NHL and whoever the hell is running that madhouse. And they're like, "You take care of this right now. You're embarrassing the hell out of us. You're embarrassing the hell out of yourself. And if this isn't resolved in 24 hours, you're going to be very sorry."
Well, I think they were trying to use it as some sort of leverage to get a new facility,
not paying taxes,
or make the city of Glendale go ahead and return to the negotiation table to negotiate a new contract with the Coyotes. And, you know, it's just kind of weird how everything works out this way, I guess. And
it's a bizarre tactic, because what if I wanted to move to a better apartment and my tactic was, I'm not going to pay rent?
Well,
that's not going to work for me in the short term. And it's not going to work for me in the long term either, because anybody else that wants to that's looking for tenants is not going to look at me and go, "Oh yeah, that guy, the guy that doesn't pay rent on purpose, he's the person that wants to live here." Yeah, we'll take it.
You had better put in a nice fireplace, and you had better refurbish my kitchen. And I need new carpet in here. I need a nice walk-in snail shower in there. These things are what's going to happen. I'm just not going to pay my rent. Really? Okay, well, we have a second scenario for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
and that's what the city of Glendale did to the Coyotes.
I didn't say it was smart. I just said it's a tactic they're using.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, Randy. I'm just saying that this is a level of negotiation that can only happen at this sort of citywide level, that these teams are trying to do anything that they can to gain leverage. But it's such a bizarre strategy that you could only imagine works if you ran a sports franchise.
Well, we know one thing: B is in B, S is in S. Nobody. Oh, sorry, human error. You so full of crap.
Yeah, nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to believe that action.
Silly Wabbit says, "I'm sure the morning show is at the top of the suspect list for that smell that's in there right now." Oh, here's the thing. We've been a sports station since 2017, February 2017. There's been a lot of us nasty men in and out of this place, but you're probably right. 888-368-1580. So all is well, at least at the moment. The Coyotes paid their bill, and now we can move on to the next thing. And the next thing, what, you got a next thing, Randy?
No, I was just going to say, thank God we can watch losing hockey again. Yes, go ahead, Jeffco.
I was almost kind of curious, like morbidly curious, to see what would really happen. All of a sudden, Coyotes are playing in a some sort of gymnasium or something. They're on roller skates. They're like, well, you can't afford ice. Here's some rollerblades for everybody.
They could play at the ice arena there at the Arrowhead, probably do just as good as they would there at the stadium.
You can lose there as much as you could lose anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, but another thing popped up, Kenny Pickett, that's your man, right?
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, that's the man that Keon Rose would like to see as the Washington football team's next quarterback.
Might not be able to get him, but
he's a Heisman finalist. And, right now he's, first thing, he's very safe. Can I just say that? This is a very safe player.
Okay.
He's dirty, but he's safe.
He's dirty.
Well, dirty because he did the fake quarterback
that's
slide.
not dirty.
Dirty.
That's not against the rules.
No, it should be, and he should be ashamed of himself. He's dirty. Dirty player. It's not fair to that defense.
It's not fair, but they need to make the rules less stupid. That's not on him.
He has that Belichick integrity. I get it. Anyway, so Kenny Pickett now saying, think I'll sit out the Peach Bowl. Got to save myself now for the NFL. He's mulling that over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a very safe and dirty player.
Hey, listen, Pittsburgh's not going to win the national championship. This guy's got bigger things to think about than his school and loyalty to the guys that he's gone to battle with and his offensive linemen that have protected his ass in his entire college career. I mean, he doesn't have to go out there. He's got bigger things to think about, like himself. He has to think about his integrity in the NFL and making millions and millions of dollars while the rest of these peons grind it out doing something else like selling insurance or being livestock salesmen or cattlemen or something. He doesn't need to go to battle with his brothers. He's called them his brothers, and now he doesn't need to go to battle with these guys because it's all about him. It's all about H-I-M. I'm right in the middle of me and him, H-I-M, and I don't have to go play in this stupid bowl game and potentially get hurt.
You don't have to. No, you don't have to.
Especially not when you're dirtbag Kenny Pickett.
Well, you don't. He's not a dirtbag.
Horrible human being.
But here's the thing. This is what I was told growing up about college. The whole purpose of getting to college, the whole point.
I hope he gets COVID.
Was to get a good
vaccinated.
job.
See what I did there?
One of the best jobs that's possible to have is NFL quarterback. And
please.
You know what? No one is going to give this man any awards if he plays in that game and shatters his leg and ruins his chance to make actual money.
I hope his shattered leg gets COVID. Vaccinated.
And NIL money is nice. It's not starting quarterback NFL money. And if you have a chance to do that, you protect it.
I think I just came up with a new thing just then. I hope you get COVID. Vaccinated. And then everybody's like, oh my God, we just wished COVID on that guy. And he's like, no, play back the tape. I said, I hope you get COVID vaccinated. Yeah, which might be worse to some people.
I don't know. I guess I come from a different line of thinking. You go to war with these guys. You grow up with these guys. You experience college life with these guys. And then you hang them out there to dry.
He's not hanging
all the guys that would have blocked the entrance to that bathroom for him because it's Pittsburgh. Now you've let them down, Kenny Pickett.
Boy.
No,
boy.
I don't think so. Because then you've got the guys that are going to get an opportunity to play next year. They're going to have the opportunity to show what they can do in this game. But more to the point, we've never had loyalty in college football. Every year, a player decides to back out of a bowl game.
The coaches are loyal. The players are loyal.
The coaches leave. You can sign a contract, and someone can hire you away. Manny Diaz signed a contract with Temple, and then 2 days later took the job at Miami. He went to the press conference, and 2 days later had a different job.
I 100% agree with what you're saying. But what was his name? Maurice Claret from Ohio State University. He didn't think about that. He didn't think about himself. He went out there and destroyed his knee before he went on to his NFL career.
That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. He should have not played. He should have gone to the NFL, a healthy whole running back. He would have had a much better career and made more money.
Pooh. Boogie says, I like how Keon and Randy are having a conversation, and Jeffrey's off over there having a totally separate conversation by himself. Hope you get COVID. Vaccinated. Same to you, Boogie. Yeah, same to you.
Me and Randy are going back and forth, and Jeffrey's just workshopping.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. All I knew is that dirtbag Kenny Pickett, he's just going to sit out the Peach Bowl like a big pansy. That's all I know.
That doesn't make you a pansy.
That's 100% right.
To protect your career, No, it's
Oh
not. That's
my
what you went
God.
to school for.
Oh yeah, to get him there, to get him to be a Heisman finalist, it was
Mhm.
we, team, me. And
Yeah.
now it's me,
Yep.
only me. Kind of a dirtbag move,
No,
if you ask me.
okay. Do you think bowl
I
games
hope
matter?
you get COVID, Keon.
Do you think bowl games matter?
Vaccinated. I did want to say vaccinated.
Because if you think that bowl games don't matter, which most people would say outside of the teams that can win a championship, they would say it doesn't. Then what is he playing for? Just to do it?
Then why are we playing bowl games?
We're playing bowl games because the bowl games are a reward for having a good season, and you don't have to accept the reward.
But who's getting
I
rewarded?
rest my damn case.
Hefty Lefty says those guys you shared blood with, sweat, tears, various locker room diseases with, that kind of thing. Yeah, definitely get the vaccination if you're doing that. Jagdog says, was Willis McGee not Claret, Randy? It was
Right.
Willis McGee.
That's
Willis
exactly what I
McGahee.
said. Thank you.
Blood pressure, Randy, says Mr. Wilbur. Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. If the ownership group of the Coyotes built a privately funded 12,000 seat centrally located stadium, they would be as big in Phoenix as Jerry Colangelo has made the Suns. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, these guys, these multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, they don't want to waste any of their money on this. You kidding me?
Well, it's not about whether they waste money. The question I think that Just the Tip is trying to get at is, if there was a centrally located arena, would we all go to the games? Would we all support the team more than we do over there on the outskirts of East LA?
Again, here's what I have to say about that. You have an arena. It was built. It was agreed upon. It's been played in. It's still a relatively new arena, new facility. And just because you come in here with a losing team, you don't do anything to make it a quality product. Don't whine about your environs. If you want something else, go out and get the damn funding like you had to do when you had to go out and make your billions of dollars and figure out a way to get it bought and paid for and constructed somewhere else that's more likable to your liking.
Hey, Keon, have you ever heard anybody call it environs before? Because that was pretty cool.
Right. Look it up.
That was pretty cool. I've never.
That's all I can think about now is that environs.
This show has not started well for me. I'm already grouchy.
No, I don't grouchy. I'm giving you props. I like that. Environs. That's cool slang. I like that. Is that just yours, or did you hear that somewhere else? I like it.
Oh no, I liked English when I was in high school.
Well,
so yeah, it's part of my vocabulary.
Environs is
environs. Look it up, pal. That's why they have dictionaries.
I thought it was just a word you made up. Why are you so cranky?
Because at first we've got the selfish pansy ass from Pittsburgh that doesn't want to play in a bowl game. Now we got a pansy ass billionaire that wants a hardworking people of Arizona to pay for his next damn stadiums. No.
All right.
Answer's no.
Right.
Get off my damn lawn.
I hope you get COVID vaccinated. Fish Tank says if Pickett actually does slide before contact, he could avoid getting hurt unless Randy or Jeff are in the field, and then a cheap shot comes right after every chance they get.
Cheap shot only comes when you try to stretch the rule, pal.
Cheap shot or righteous retribution.
Yeah, righteous judgment.
Neither of those things are true, but okay.
You're damn right they're true.
Boomtown says bowl games are a money grab for colleges. None of that money goes to players. If you have a shot, get drafted, you might as well take it. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, gentlemen? If we're going to talk NFL, let's speak about a couple of sleeper teams. My Niners. No, there's a difference between sleeper and being put to sleep. A Washington team. Beware. Go Niners.
I don't want to beware. I want to get the highest draft pick so I could draft a quarter. That's all that matters to me. But they're going to keep winning football games and somehow sneak into the playoffs. They get blown out in round one and just leave me on draft day wondering what happened.
We're about to do our NFL fan pick'em picks, and I'm looking at the thing. We're not doing this game because it's going to be horrible, but the Bengals are hosting the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I got the Bengals to win. What do you guys got?
This was a tough game for me because both these teams are difficult to pick.
Well, because they're
last
hot
week
and cold and
they're streaky. Last week I had the Bengals to win at home and they didn't win. I don't know. And I think I'll go with you guys. I'll take the Bengals.
If nothing else, just to aggravate 49er fans.
Yeah.
That's fun too.
Yeah.
Boogie says, will his teammates perform better and do better with him in the game, or will they do better with their possible draft stock rise?
He's been the starting quarterback all season. I guess they'll do okay.
Mr. Wilbur says, so that also means the Tempe running back who's going to sit out is also a pansy ass.
Yep.
Sure.
Pansy ass.
No, and you know what? Like, most of these guys don't have a problem with players who are clearly going to the NFL sitting out because other guys get an opportunity to play. There are players who are going to be potentially playing and starting next year. They get the opportunity to go out there, show the coaches what they can do, earn a starting job before you even get to the spring practices. Nobody has a problem with this except seemingly us.
602 Pats fan has a very eloquent evaluation of the Coyotes situation. It says the Coyotes want a new stadium and to have no fans show up to because they are poop.
Yeah, they are poop.
Yeah, I mean, if you put
let that sink in.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you put the Coyotes in a centrally located area and they are a bad hockey team, people will not go to see them because they are a bad hockey team.
Not as true. Here's the thing. More people will go see them because at the moment they're starting out and they're a bad hockey team. The ticket prices can't be that high. So what you do is you got your new place and you got your team, you have people show up, and then you build from there. I think I'd go to some games right now if it was
closer. Okay.
Centrally
More
located.
people would go to a centrally located stadium to watch the other team beat the hell out of the Coyotes.
There's always that, yeah. Okay. Hefty Lefty says, why don't they play at the Foot Fetish Center like they used to? Former Staples Center has been running 3 teams during the same season for 22 years. Figure it out, City of Phoenix.
Well, the problem with the Foot Fetish Center is they used to have those blocked viewing seats that were up there, and so it sucked really bad. So they figured out a way to get a new stadium built, taxpayer money, and they got to go out there and build a brand damn new stadium right next to the Cardinals. So that's why they're not there at that Foot Fungus Stadium.
Yankees Evil Empire says, sounds like Randy had the wrong juice box today. Earl Tide Ryan says, my prediction Chargers find a way not to get in the playoffs. Chargers are masters of the fourth quarter disaster, by the way. Big George says, Randy, I think you need to drink some chamomile tea and maybe calm down. Think of your heart and your blood pressure, man. I've known Randy White for most of my adult life, and telling him to calm down, you may as well tell a 4-year-old to calm down or your wife to calm down. You're going to get the same sorts of results. It ain't helping. It's not helpful. So Randy is going to be Randy. And so far, his head has not exploded. The day it does, we'll have it on tape. We'll have it on video. So leave him alone, man. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll do our NFL fan pick'em picks. That's right. Get ready for this because, yes, one more week to try to win yourself the NFL jersey. We got a bunch of people who are in the listening audience right now who are in that top 10. Any one of those people could jump up and grab that $1,580 prize or the $500 second prize from Harman Solar. So stay tuned, pay attention, and let's get these picks done. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Phoenix Suns have gotten a few days off. They're going to return to action tomorrow night when they match up against the Boston Celtics. The Suns will take a 20-4 record into that game, while the Celtics are 13-13. Just 3 games on the NBA docket tonight. The Jazz, a 3-point favorite as they play in Philadelphia against the 76ers. The Lakers are a 4-point favorite on the road. They are in Memphis for a matchup against the Grizzlies. And the Spurs, sitting as a 2-point favorite, they are at home tonight against the Denver Nuggets. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy. like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Providing you with the latest sports news, commentary, and analysis.
There's something about Chris Paul, man. The guy continues to amaze.
Chris Paul's been Chris Paul his entire career.
Chris Paul, though, has never been the runner-up. It's just a pleasure to watch them play basketball on a nightly basis. Hey, their eye of the tiger, their hunger, they still want to eat, and it's fun to watch.
Jacobs and Helly on Arizona's new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so here's what's happening tonight. Steelers and Vikings are over on Money Radio 1510 at 6 p.m. for Thursday Night Football. Why? Because we have a bigger game over here on 1580 Fanatic. Bigger than Thursday Night Football, you say? Hell yeah, I say. I know how you crazy. It's GCU traveling over to Sun Devil Town and having themselves a basketball game. I think is going to be something else. I'll tell you what. We'll talk more about that game in the 5 o'clock hour. We got a whole lot of stuff we got to get done real fast here. Before that happens, in the next hour, Rosalie Michaels will join us to answer your fantasy football questions. But right here, right now, is time that we do our NFL fan pick'em picks. And yes, that Harlem, Jesus Christ, that Harmon Solar prize is still out there waiting to be claimed by somebody with their picks, as well as those jerseys that we do every week. All right, everybody ready? Are you ready for your picks? Have you picked your picks? Are your picks in order?
Yeah.
Yes.
They are in a row.
Feeling good about your picks?
No.
I feel okay about them.
Everybody should feel pretty good. We all got 10 right last week, which was pretty good. That was a good week for everybody. So, all right, let's go ahead and start off with the games that are here on this radio station tonight. The Pittsburgh Steelers are heading on over to the frozen tundra to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Dalvin Cook will play. Thielen will not. Ben Roethlisberger, whether it matters or not, he's playing. So, these teams are sort of in the same boat record-wise, kind of. And they both suck, I guess.
They do.
So who sucks less and wins this game, Randy?
Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings will win this game. They are upset as players and as men to have been beaten by Detroit in the manner they were beaten. And so they will now enact their anger and frustration out on the Pittsburgh Steelbergs.
So I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers, and even with Dalvin Cook, I just a gut feeling. I don't want to move off that pick. My wife asked me this morning, who you picking? I told her, and she's like, I've got a feeling you're going to change your pick by the end of the show. So who's going to talk me into changing that pick? Is it you, Keon?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like the Vikings in this particular game because the Vikings haven't been destroyed in any game that they've been in for the most part. They've usually just shot themselves in the foot horrifically, either really early in the game or really late in the game. And this is a Steelers team that I don't know. You'd have to be truly awful for them to have that opportunity to really beat you. And I don't think that the Vikings are that bad. I don't. And they've got Justin Jefferson. I know Adam Thielen's not playing, but if Dalvin Cook's going to play, that's a good bit of news for them. I'm going to go Vikings.
Yeah, but I haven't seen a compelling reason to believe that the Vikings aren't garbage. And both these teams are kind of garbage. And the away team seems to have the advantage this year. And I don't know. I have so little faith in the Minnesota Vikings, whether it's at home or away, to win this game.
It's not about how good the Vikings are necessarily. It's just that they've got certain pieces that give them a chance. And I believe less in the Steelers. I'm not a fan of Ben Roethlisberger's arm right now. Defensively, they did step up a week ago, but that hasn't been consistent all year long. I lean towards the Vikings more because I don't trust the Steelers.
Even if they defensively step up this week.
Because I mean, you stepped up against a Ravens team you're very familiar with. You know how to contain Lamar. There were times it looked like Lamar was going to get away, and they grabbed his jersey and pulled him down. Can their secondary actually stop Justin Jefferson? Because no one's done it in about 3 weeks. And I just don't see it.
Man, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 6-5-1. The Vikings are 5-7.
Yeah, but the Vikings have been involved in a lot of close games they should have won and couldn't close it out for one reason or another. I mean, against Arizona, they had us beat. All they had to do was kick the field goal, and he shanked it to the left there and missed the field goal. I mean, that's been their story all year. And I think in a situation where it's a close game, I'm going to give the edge to Minnesota. And I think Big Ben is just it's a short week for him. I don't know that he's going to be up to the task of playing up to his potential tonight. And Pittsburgh, by the way, their defense pretty well banged up, kind of nicked up. TJ Watt has got a knee and a hip issue. There was something going on this week. He couldn't get out and get his proper training. So I look for Pittsburgh not to win this game. I think it's going to be the Purple People Eaters in a close game in Minnesota.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I have zero faith in either team. I'm seriously going to flip a coin. A little bit later on in the show, I'll flip a coin, and that's who I'm going to go with my picks, because my gut feeling says Pittsburgh. You guys have made very compelling reasons. I should go with the Vikings, except for I'll remind you they have a worse record and lost to the Detroit Lions.
Means nothing.
And you are talking about a team that tied the Detroit Lions, and quite frankly, had the Lions been slightly more competent, they would have lost that game too.
Yep.
So
that's a good point.
We're not talking about two teams that are that far apart.
Yep.
And I'm just going to go give the edge to the team with a bit more talent offensively.
I'm gonna flip a coin. That's all I'm gonna do. Flip a coin, because I got nothing on this. All right. So Sunday morning here on 1580 The Fanatic, we've got Raiders visiting Kansas City. This is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what. The coach for the Raiders, I have already forgotten his name. The Raiders are 6-6, and you don't know who's showing up and when they're showing up. Kansas City might be finally sort of getting their feet under them, and they got Andy Reid. So on that, I'm taking the Chiefs just for that reason alone. I mean, I think it'll be a good game to watch, though, Keon.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game. The head coach's name is Rich Bisaccia. I had
Who
to
cares?
look it up myself.
Is he going to be the coach?
No,
I don't care his name is.
No, he's going to be a coordinator somewhere. But the Chiefs have been doing a good enough job of treading water against teams that aren't very good, and the Raiders just aren't very good. The Raiders had the opportunity to beat Washington on Sunday and made enough mistakes that they allowed Washington to beat them, because they really did wind up in control of that game, I thought, for most of the game. And that's the story of the Raiders this year, that ever since they've lost John Gruden, they make just enough mistakes to lose games. And I don't see how that's any different if you make just enough mistakes against Patrick Mahomes. Even this Patrick Mahomes is going to beat.
Grudenless or not, they'd still be 6-6. Randy?
I don't know about 6-6 if they had Gruden or not. I don't know about that. I think the Las Vegas Raiders, although they've had a couple of bad hits, they've had some players and their stupidity get removed from the team. And I don't know about, but anyway, Kansas City's going to win this game. They have something to say, because remember early on this year, Las Vegas beat them. And so Kansas City's got something to say about this. This is in their home turf. It's going to be a brisk day there in Kansas City. I look for the Chiefs to get it together and put one on the Raiders.
All right, fair enough. Now let's go to Sunday Night Football. Green Bay Packers at home against the Chicago Bears. Is it going to be even close, Randy?
No.
Is it going to be even a game worth watching, Keon?
I mean, no.
Okay, I guess we're all taking the Bears then.
It's I think I'll take the Packers, but I don't think that the game is going to be a blowout necessarily. The Bears are capable of playing people close, but I don't know if it's going to be an enjoyable game either way.
You know, I got a question. Maybe you can look this up at some point, but the weather in Green Bay could be a factor. And then you're looking at the running games. And I know that Montgomery for the Bears, he's iffy on whether or not he is actually going to play because of injury. I don't know what the situation is in Green Bay with their running situation, but if it's one of those kind of games like we had on Monday Night Football weather could be an issue.
Potentially. I'm pulling it up here. We've got 31 degrees in Green Bay,
Okay.
but we're not having any weather that I
say you
see.
throw the ball when it's cold, but it's about the wind and or precipitation.
Yeah,
so.
wind doesn't look that bad. 9 miles per hour, and they don't have any precipitation predicted, but that could also change because
What planet are you from that 9 miles an hour is not bad for football? 9 miles an hour, that makes a difference.
I mean, it does.
Like 5 miles an hour is nothing.
But we're talking about, a league where you've got those 15 mile per hour swirling winds in Cleveland and Buffalo.
Right.
I'm saying you can still, if you have a quarterback that has a strong enough ball, throws a tight spiral, can cut through some of that wind where,
we lost Randy. That's why the music just shut off. But I was about to ask Randy, am I right? Am I right about that? 10 miles an hour could have an effect on passes and kicks, or am I wrong on that? I shouldn't pop off on Keon like that when I'm like, is that true? Is that true? I don't know.
It's playable. Like, it's not the ideal, obviously, but you could throw the ball in 9 miles an hour.
Well, I am pretty sure I can speak for Randy when we say that he chose Green Bay too. We all took Green Bay on that. Going to save Monday night football for later. We are not airing that because we're not allowed to, because it's the Arizona Cardinals. So we will get back around to that when we get Randy back. In the meantime, let's talk about the "Oh my God, they suck" bowl. Do you know who I'm talking about when I say the "Oh my God, they suck" bowl?
Let's see what options do we have here. Oh, we've got Seattle and Houston.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, they do suck. But no, that's going to be that's Ralph's game. So I'm not going to call it that one.
Well, we've got,
spoiler alert, it's the Falcons and the Panthers. Oh my God, they suck.
Okay, that's true, because we also have the Saints and the Jets.
They have the same record. Atlanta it just keeps on just sucking. The Panthers, okay, I don't think Cam Newton's going to suddenly stop sucking. Everything about this thing just is a giant steaming bowl of, oh my God, they suck. And this is happening in Carolina, which does not matter because you can suck at home as much as you suck away. Okay, that's phrasing. But I've got the Atlanta Falcons winning this game over the Panthers. Why? Cam Newton. That's why. That's why I'm picking the Atlanta Falcons to win. Cam Newton.
I'm picking the Falcons too. A little bit of Cam Newton, a little bit of they don't have Christian McCaffrey, and no quarterback they've had has looked good when Christian McCaffrey isn't playing. So a little bit of that. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's the guy that runs that entire offense, and if they don't have him, they really don't have much. And with the Falcons, I mean, the Falcons have been incompetent, but they haven't actually been actively terrible. Like they have good players. It's just can they execute? Can Arthur Smith put them in positions to be good? It's a little easier to do when you're playing the Panthers.
All right, let's find out from Randy who he's got in the "Oh my God, they suck" bowl. Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Randy,
I'm going to go with the Dental Smock. They're coming off of a bye week. Give me Carolina in that game. Atlanta just absolutely is miserable. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Okie dokie. Now it's time for the Get Right Bowl. And the Get Right Bowl are two teams that were supposed to be kind of good, pretty good, maybe even Super Bowl contenders, hasn't been quite right. Talking about the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This is going to take place in Cleveland, and this is a tough one to look at. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's still banged up and hurt, and everybody's making excuses and allegations and fightings and whatever. And there's Lamar Jackson over there going, well, I wonder how many times I'm going to get sacked this week. So which way do you go with this one, Keon?
I'm going to go with Baltimore. It was a close game last time. Lamar Jackson gave the ball to the Cleveland Browns 4 times, and they could not win that football game. I don't think that he throws 4 interceptions again this game. And I think that, honestly, Devontae Freeman has shown enough as a running back that they can ride Devontae Freeman a whole lot more and kind of get back to that Baltimore offense where you don't know who's going to run the ball in any given play. If Devontae Freeman's going to run like that, I think that they can start doing that, and Greg Roman can get his offense to start going that direction. I just think that Baker's too dinged up to be any use. He's fighting through it. He's gotten through it, but he hasn't been good.
Randy?
It's going to be sunshine, 46, about 16-mile-an-hour winds there on the lakefront in Cleveland. And I don't know who to trust in this game. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. The Baltimore Ravens are not the team that they usually are, especially this time of the season. But Cleveland, like you guys have said, they don't have anything going for them right now. The running game is dead because both runners are not really participating. So
Kareem Hunt is supposed to get a bigger workload this week.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens on this one. They're 8-4, and I think just because they are 8-4, that gives them the edge. Give me Baltimore in this game.
So the offensive line for the Ravens is bad, but is the defensive front good?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they're dinged up.
So they're going to sack the crap out of old Lamar Jackson, right?
Are we talking about the defensive front for the Ravens?
No, the defensive front for the Browns.
Oh, okay. You said Ravens.
No, I said the offensive line for the Ravens is bad. How is the defensive front for Cleveland?
The defensive front for Cleveland is good. Yeah.
So
they're going to get after Lamar, and it's a divisional game that they understand how to get to him.
I feel like that's the difference right there. But even with that, I'm going to go with Baltimore as well. I think they'll find the ways to get it done and win. But yeah, it's not going to. It's a get right ball. I don't know if we're going to see any of them get right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to win, but you won't be able to say they got right.
It might just be show me a little bit more truth bowl here, where like which one of these two teams is closer to being the team we thought they were at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We have to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, Berg, we know you can't trust the Vikings at all in 2021. That is a true story. Fish Tank says, Josh Applebaum says, bet the under if there's 10 mile an hour or more wind because it affects the passing and kicking game. Okay, so I am right. 10 miles an hour is not something to shrug off. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I think the longer the pass or field goal during any type of wind will have an effect on the shorter pass or the field goal attempt. Will wind have a less effect? Randy, can I get a beer? Boomer Sooner.
Yes, absolutely. Let me get that for you right away.
Baker's Cocky Hen says not to rile up Randy any more than he's already riled, but he just said Minnesota's been blowing close games all year. Then he says it gives them an edge in a close game.
And
I don't know. He's trying to rally you up, I think. Big Stanky 87 says, when it's go from not playing in bowl games to not playing a season, Nick Bosa decided to focus on his NFL draft stock last season. Oh, he's a dirtbag. At Ohio State midway through the year. I feel the NCAA and the NFL need to work on a plan to fix this. Imagine if Spencer Ratliff said at the beginning of the year that I'm going to focus on my NFL draft stock and not play in my sophomore season.
That happened.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson at LSU, his final year, that COVID year, he didn't play.
King Kittens has a question. Did we blow the Vikings skull horn? No, I don't think we did. But I got a bigger question. What happened to that sort of not date between King Kittens and FedFan?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the game? We never heard another word about it.
Not one update.
What's going on, King Kittens? What's going on, FedFan?
We're 4 days into the week.
I can't believe we forgot to ask until now. I'm going to need some answers on this, before you even text anything else. So, all right, guys, we'll take a break, come back, and we'll finish up our NFL Fan Pick'em picks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things you got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Everyone always talks about magic during the holidays. Magic, as in objects miraculously appearing at your front door because you had them delivered through the Home Depot app. Magic, as in predicting the future, knowing what a product will be like just by reading our customer reviews. This may all feel like magic, but it isn't. It's just good old-fashioned cutting-edge technology. Make the holidays yours with a little help from the Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Clouds are rolling in, Randy. Might need a weather report from you in a little while to see what we're in for. Is the wet stuff coming? And are we going to have a mess on our hands out there in the Valley freeways?
Well, I don't know about a mess, but there is a small chance of the wet stuff falling from the heavens a little later on today. So we'll have to see. I don't know exactly what time. We'll keep you posted on that.
Okie dokie. 888-368-1580. All right, let's continue our NFL fan pick'em picks. And Ralph couldn't be with us today. Things are so super busy over there at Harmon Solar with that new thing they've got, that financing deal. Is just an amazing deal. You should check it out, harmonsolar.com. But, well, let's talk about his Rainy City Bitch Pigeons taking on the hapless Houston Texans. What a horrible game. What a horrible game that is going to be. Should be a stump. It should be a stump by the Seahawks. But lately, I don't even know that that's a given. So, Keon, what happens in this game?
Look, the Seahawks win it. But the question is, are they in control the whole game? Defensively, do they somehow give up big plays to the Texans? Because that's been one of the things. They lost Jamal Adams. That doesn't help them defensively. The defense is already bad. That's been the story with them all year, outside of Russell Wilson and the injury and his coming back. But Russell Wilson did look a whole lot better last week. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks because that connection with Lockett is still clearly there. Yeah, he needs to give the ball to DK Metcalf a whole lot more. But Russell Wilson is starting to look a little bit more like the Russell Wilson prior to the injury. That ought to mean something.
Well, I think what it means is with Seattle not having any kind of defense and Houston not having any kind of offense, depending on who gets the ball first, there might just be a bunch of people standing out there staring at each other.
Very possible.
What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? What's going to happen here, Randy?
Well, I think the Sea Chickens show up there. I think Russ Wilson is starting to get his groove back, kind of get the feel back in his finger, for his passing game. And look, I look for the Sea Chickens to win. What's their quarterback's name for Houston? David Willis?
David Mills.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, the David Mills experiments.
Mills?
He will end up canceling that later on after this game. And they will have to figure out a way. Maybe they've got a defensive tackle that can throw the football. They could try him behind center, but give me the Sea Chickens in a blowout in Houston.
Well, I would say that the Seattle defense is so bad that anybody could probably throw touchdowns against them. But yeah, I think the Seahawks will take care of business there in Houston. I don't know about a blowout, but yeah, it's not going to be fun for anyone to watch. Let's just hope to God it's not locally broadcast. Can you check that? Check the either channel 10 or channel 5 on the guide or whatever. Please tell me this is not. Oh God, what a horrible game! If you put on, you would hope they put on the Raiders and the Chiefs and not the Seahawks and the Texans. Dear Lord, wouldn't that just bake your brain?
Yeah.
That could ruin a whole weekend.
Thank God I got DirecTV. I just feel bad for people who don't got it. All right, let's move on to the next one. On paper, this was supposed to be a good game. Not so sure now. Not so sure now. The Buffalo Bills are heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers, and Tom Brady and friends are 9-3. Buffalo is not really meeting the eye test on it, but they're 7-5. Buffalo is supposed to be way better than they have been, and you've seen all the cracks, you've seen all the weaknesses, and it's been rough for these Buffalo Bills. And I don't even know what we're looking at with this, but on paper, good game. Is it going to be a good game, Keon? Is this going to be a good game, or is this going to be Tampa Bay having their way with the Bills easily?
It's going to be Tampa Bay, bringing the lumber to the Bills. I just don't trust their defense. You can't stop the run. There are very few teams in this league you can stop. And the Buccaneers have figured out they really, really like Leonard Fournette. So good luck trying to figure out how to slow that down with the way that they play against the run. I mean, for goodness sakes, Bill Belichick felt so comfortable running the football against you. His quarterback threw 3 passes. He attempted 3 and completed 2. He didn't have to throw the ball. Do you think that Bill Belichick does that one week and Tom Brady doesn't take notice when you play him the following week? It's going to be a rocky day. Like, this could potentially be a surprise blowout, because I don't know that the Bills have the firepower.
All right, Randy, what do you say? Will Tom Brady start handing the ball off like crazy against the Buffalo team that couldn't stop the run, or is he going to do his Tom Brady thing and just start throwing?
Yeah, if you've got Leonard Fournette and you have his backup, I'd play both of them, because it's going to be a run fest on the Buffalo defense. Give me Tampa Bay, and give me Tampa Bay with a comfortable win there in the Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, I got to go Tampa Bay as well. There's no weaknesses on the Tampa Bay side in this contest. And well, thank God, I don't think we've ever had a Buffalo Bill fan text in and talk a lot of crap. So at least I have nobody I got to get upset. Ralph from Harmon Solar texted in and says, Halls win big. HAAWLS. Halls win big.
I do think he meant Hawks.
I don't know. Is there a guy on one of these other teams named Halls?
Maybe. He could be talking about the Hall's mentholyptus cough drops.
Yeah. Oh, you win big if you've got a good. Yeah, those
you
are
got a good pocket full of those Halls.
That is true.
They are potent.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ralph's talking about. If only he'd been here, he could explain it. Hefty Lefty says, Davis down with the thickness. Mills is going off for 350 yards and 3 picks, says the Hefty Lefty. All right. So let's talk about Keon's game now.
All right.
The Dallas Cowboys, 8-4, is visiting the Washington football team, 6-6. Not sure which one of those records is more surprising. Which one is more surprising to you, Keon?
The Washington football team, 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the beginning of the season, I thought this team could win 8 games, but when they started 2-6, yeah, I thought that was over. I thought that was a wrap. Good job. Thanks for trying, everybody. Let's go take a look at the draft. And then I had to stop doing my draft analysis because they decided, I guess we're going to try and play for the playoffs this year. Why not?
They're going to lose this year, and then they're going to lose the draft. Congratulations.
I mean,
I'm so sorry.
I'm saying all of this winning is to spite me, because I really think all of this winning is to spite me.
It probably is specifically to spite Keon Rose. They probably got a poster of you up in the locker room, and they all pat you like this, or punch you in the nuts, or whatever's on the poster, and as they walk by, just to spite you.
Yep. They just say F Keon on the way out. Everybody taps it, and that's how they get motivated and fired up.
All right. Well,
it ruins my day.
It's not like the Cowboys are absolutely, undefeatable. They're 8-4. They've had their hits and misses this season. It hasn't been all roses. I know this is a division game, so the chance that the Washington team could win. Are you picking the Washington team to win?
I am picking the Washington team to win. A little bit of bulletin board material put out there by Mike McCarthy. He said the Cowboys were going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
He felt very confident about it. Well, we'll see about that. These two teams generally most years split their matchups, and Washington's playing at home right now, and they're incredibly hot. And it's funny, you said the Cowboys have had their hits and misses. Lately, it's been more misses than hits.
Mm-hmm.
So just with the recent trend of things, I will go with Washington to win this game because they're playing the game at home. I'm not actually I don't trust either of these teams in a vacuum. So I'm leaning to the home team.
So Randy, Mike Two Sandwich Eaton McCarthy coming back. Did he, before the game even got played, cost the Dallas Cowboys the game?
No, I've got actual audio. Here it is now. Roast beef. What? Oh, what's your win? Can I have another one? Can I have another sandwich?
God, that is uncanny.
Ooh, ham and cheese. I don't know what to expect out of the Dallas Cowboys. They have an uber talented team. Dak Prescott had been putting up video game numbers earlier on in the season, and then the team has just fallen flat. Jerry is now yelling at all the wide receivers for not running the correct route, as if Jerry could get out there and run the damn route himself, but he can't, so he won't. And I look for Dallas just not to be right, but man, this is a division game, and I have a feeling this is going to be for the NFC East. So I've got to think the Dallas Cowboys will win this game in the sewer hole there at FedEx Field. I hope another pipe doesn't burst. Man, Keon, I wish your team was better so I could pick them.
Over under on pipes bursting. Take the over. And
taking the over, yeah.
Also take Dallas Cowboys to win this game this weekend. Sorry, Keon, I just can't go there. Can't go there.
I don't blame you. But here's a team that's incredibly motivated. They feel like they can control their own destiny, which they do because they have divisional games left. Those are all the games that are left, essentially.
So let's talk about a couple of teams in a successful division. A couple of teams with good records. Let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals, 10-2, taking on the Los Angeles Rams, 8-4. Which, by the way, the 8-4 on the Rams, way more surprising than the Dallas Cowboys 8-4. But the Rams are coming to the Silver Nest. The Cardinals are red hot. Doesn't matter who's hurt or who's not hurt. That team is just a juggernaut that continues to jug or not. So, Keon, who do you have in this game? The Los Angeles Rams, do they get their act together and get back to their winning ways, or are they just another victim of these Arizona Cardinals?
I think that they're another victim of the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals have been incredibly good at beating up on divisional opponents this year. They've also been really, really good at getting a lead and making people play from behind. And you know who's been really bad at playing from behind this year? Matthew Stafford. He's not been very good. And part of the issue with Stafford too is you look at his success rate against quality teams, quality opponents. It's not really there. And so that's one of the reasons why it's hard to tell how good the Rams actually are, because of course they stomp out everyone that's bad, but when they play a team that's pretty good, a little bit of a struggle. And the Cardinals are really damn good.
So, when a boulder is rolling down the hill, you don't get in its way. And that's what the Arizona Cardinals are. They're a boulder coming down a hill. And I think they've got the Rams number. I'm giving the edge to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not saying it's not going to be a back and forth kind of game, but eventually I don't hardly ever give score predictions, but I'll say probably by 14 points. I think the Cardinals will beat the Rams on Sunday. And now the moment you've all been waiting for to find out what is Randy White's pick between the Los Angeles Rams and his Arizona Cardinals. Here he is.
Like a group of Bedouin roaming the deserts, they will come out of the mist. They will come out of the mist, and they are looking to get their butts kicked. Here come the Los Angeles sheep herd and their Bedouin leader, Sean McVay. But alas, it will not be enough for them to come and visit the Silver Nest and beat the current reigning number 1, 10-2 Cardinals. The Cardinals will take it to them early and often. Hell, it took the team 5 weeks to get the whoop ass out of that $5 billion stadium. And now that same team is going to have to clean up their own stadium because there's going to be whoop ass all over again. The Cardinals strike early. The Cardinals strike often. And the Cardinals will win big. 11-2 for the Cardinals. That is my prediction.
There you have it. And we'll be back with hour 2 of the Daily Blender right after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Trends in the automotive industry or real estate look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show, hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market. You can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at Pro Copy. For over 20 years, Pro Copy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share Pro Copy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The Pro Copy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with Pro Copy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602 Pro Copy. That's 602-776-2679.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. You got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Get your fantasy football questions ready, because just in a little bit, we're going to have Rosalie Michaels on, courtesy of Big Zero, to answer your fantasy football questions. 888-368-1580. All right, let's get caught up on the text line. As you know, we are the most interactive show in all of radio. Now,
Yes.
I'm not going to say in the Valley. I'm not going to say in the state. I'm going to say in all of radio, there is no show more interactive than this one. Not even Delilah. Yeah, that old hag just sits there and it's like, oh, you got a relationship? Yeah, my husband, guys, this show. I'm gonna listen. Oh, you want me to play? You want me to play some Michael Bublé? I always think, yeah, that'd be great because we have like 7 songs from Michael Bublé. We play them every night. Oh, that would be amazing if you could just do that for me. I think it's good.
Delilah.
Okay, this show is more interactive than that show. Yeah. 888-368-1580. Like I said, get the questions ready. All right. Senior Wake and Bake is like, really? You guys are picking the bungalows over my Niners? Yeah.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Niners, or not the Niners, the Bengals lost last week. and there was a touchdown pass, or should have been a touchdown pass, Joe Burrow threw to Jamar Chase that he didn't catch, but actually tipped backwards to the defender somehow. Like, there's just weird plays that happen with the Bengals. I just don't see that continuing to happen over the long term. They're overall a very good football team.
Fubar 1000 says, howdy, y'all. How's the Blender dudes today? Damn it. I need 107 points this week between Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. Go ASU.
Yes.
Why do you think you need 107 points between the two of them? It hasn't even started yet. So why would you even think that?
Unless you just looked at the rest of your team and you were like, all right, need the Ravens to carry me.
Maybe he's talking about the standings to try to bump them. Yeah, Fubar doesn't make a lot of sense to us. Big Stanky 87 says, well, the COVID year was an outlier, and it wasn't Justin Jefferson. It was Jamar Chase.
Sorry. Yeah, it was Jamar Chase. The LSU guys, I swapped them. But yeah, it was Jamar Chase who sat out. And you say it's an outlier year, but this is a thing that people have talked about other players doing before, where even Leonard Fournette, there was that last year that he did choose to come back to play. There was talk that he might not play his last year at LSU. So the fact that guys can try and sit out to try and protect their NFL stock.
When they do that, just call them pansies. You don't call them guys.
No, I don't have to call them pansies. They're
Pansies.
trying to protect. They're trying to protect the paycheck, and I don't blame them for it. It's not about them dealing with pain or something like that. It's them trying to protect the money, that there's an opportunity that they have to make the kind of money that can change the lives of their families. They're going to do it.
Hey, Randy, when he talks, all you hear is pansy, 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 pansy,
Yeah.
pansy, pansy,
Okay.
pansy, pansy.
Pretty much.
Pansy, pansy,
Pretty
pansy,
much.
pansy.
When he talks
Pansy,
about
pansy,
that,
pansy,
yes,
pansy.
that's all I hear.
Miss Pringle says, hey, Keon, who you got? Bye week or the Colts?
I'm going to take the Colts
Thank
here
you.
because they can get better, healthier. They've got some injuries in that defense that can use some time off.
Yeah, it's true. Thunder Snow says WFT. Poor Keon. Rusty Nut says, excuse me, but have you seen who Washington has beaten this year? They don't need anybody the way they're playing. They don't need anybody. I don't understand what you're saying.
They don't
Rusty
need
Nuts.
anybody.
Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody to love. Someone to love. Yeah, I love the Blues Brothers. Sorry, where were we doing? All right. Let's see. Harry Soap says, listening to Randy's fury this afternoon, I'm convinced that Randy White is the love child of one Bruce Arians.
Could be.
Bruce Arians is knocking some broad up when he's 8. Okay.
I never tested Randy by parking in his parking spot, so I don't know.
I'll fire your ass.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, I'll fire your ass just for thinking about it. Mr. Pink Eye says, any update about what happened to old CJ McCollum and the collapsed lung thing? Was it a ninja? There's a rumor that it was an invisible ninja.
It wasn't invisible. Ninjas are not invisible. However, they can be invisible because they are, by the very trait and by the name ninja, unseeable.
All right. Did we ever find out exactly? Was it an elbow? Did somebody kick him and this is Sparta?
Told you what it was. It was a damn crossbow from a ninja.
I know, but the cover story, Randy, cover story.
I looked it up. I could not find exactly where they found that happened.
That's suspicious if you ask me. So there you go, Mr. Pink Eye. No idea. Big George says, Jeffrey, how would you know so much about what Delilah plays unless you actually listen to her every night and call her occasionally for relationship advice? No, you know what happened the other day? We were trying to do a little Christmas music in the background while we were doing stuff. I wasn't really paying attention. And the next thing, it stopped being Christmas music. And all of a sudden it was just this lady just like on the phone. And then I moved away from New Hampshire, and I just thought nothing's gonna make me feel better than maybe a little Sarah McLachlan right now. It'd be great. Yeah, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" I couldn't get to the radio fast enough. That's how, Big George. Scratch Me Because says, punch in the nuts or kick in the balls, which is better? Penalty for a fake slide, guys. Oh, for a fake slide like that horrible quarterback that Keon loves so much, Kenny Pickett.
We went through this yesterday. There is punishment. It's called. It'll be handled on the field.
Well, which one though? Punch in the nuts or kick in the balls?
Neither, because he didn't do anything wrong.
I feel like there's more of a punch because you can do that in a crowd. Like if you all pile on top of them, you can really work them over. If you get that arm,
we're not going to talk about.
you could get right up there
Right.
in between the old legs and just really
Like
work.
that?
Where if
One of
you're
those?
kicking, if you're kicking, people are going to see that. But if you're down in there in that pile, it's just like, just
Well,
like,
let's discuss this on force and injury alone, though. A punch, I don't believe is going to be as powerful as a kick. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
well, it's not going to be as powerful, but you can repeat the punch as long as the pile is still going on.
Unless I were like to kick backwards with my cleats, pow, right in there with the cleats.
Well,
that would be devastating.
Then there's technique you use to hit the guy where your hand comes around as you're hitting him and get him right in the old soft spot, right in the old Ginobili's, just bam. And that'll take him down too. And you get to lower your shoulder and the boom on him as you're doing that.
What's that show? I think it's on the History Channel where they scientifically evaluate the effectiveness of certain weaponry and certain things. There's like a
I know
show.
what you mean. Yeah.
We should ask them that.
Modern warfare.
Tech or something.
Tech or something.
Yeah.
Warfare tech.
We definitely need to have an answer to that. Thunder Snow says just a little speedball bag right there.
Oh, good Lord. No. And again, a fake slide is not against the rules.
You got to get the guy with the fastest hands on the team.
If you're gonna, I mean, no one is talking about kicking somebody in the undercarriage who faked running out of bounds, then came back in bounds. No one's talking about that. But a fake slide apparently is the worst thing you could do on a football field.
No, now
According
you
to
finally
this program.
Oh, thank God you finally figured it out.
I'm disagreeing with you.
Are you? Sound like you're agreeing.
Oh my God.
602 Pats fan says, just a reminder, the Patriots went 11-5 in 2008, and they still didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it depends on your division.
Okay. Yeah, it's a weird year, guys. This is a weird year. There's going to be a team or two that'll be in the playoffs, and you're like, how did what crazy the axes of the earth is switched? Are the poles changing? Is it the solar rays that are something weird is happening about this.
And they also expanded the playoffs. So I would actually go out on a limb and say there'll probably be two teams in the playoffs, maybe more than that you have serious questions about.
All right. So I think we have an answer from Fed fans.
Fed fan on what?
Well, what happened on
the kick or punch or on
their not a date date? It wasn't a date.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fed fan says, couldn't just let that one go, could you, Jeffrey? Well, no, of course not. I can't believe we waited this long to think about it.
It took a significant amount of airtime before it happened.
Yeah, we all have a right to know how this went. Okay,
we're a little invested at this point.
Yeah. All right. So King Kitten says yes. Fed fan and I both went to the game. Fed fan is a very nice person. And yes, GCU killed them. The students were crazy. Boy, I'm worried for those Sun Devils tonight. Go Devils, go. You notice how they're both not saying much?
Doesn't sound good.
Or sounds amazing. What if it was so amazing? They're like, we just can't talk about this on the radio.
I don't want to stir things up.
I feel like we still need more details. Do we? Or do we deserve it? Maybe we don't. Maybe it's none of our business. Which is it? We deserve the details or we don't. Because I don't want to press if that's, inappropriate.
I think we deserve the details. I mean, after all, we supplied the tickets.
Yeah.
we supplied the introduction. I think we should get the details.
So, Fed fan, King Kittens, anything you want to tell us? Maybe share with the rest of us here.
No, we'll wait.
We'll wait. King Kitten says it was never a date, guys. Come on. No. We know it wasn't a date. I just
want to know what happened.
Kind of curious. That's all. Just Tip says, Keon, if a quarterback fake slides, he's turned himself into a running back. Bam! Running backs get drilled.
Yeah, but if he fakes slides, then the defense pulls off. We're not talking
not
about
anymore, punk.
We're not talking
anymore.
We're not. I'm not understanding if you understood the conversation. We're not talking about hitting a guy who is now a runner. We're talking about the guy who scores the touchdown.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're later
driving
retribution.
to his house and we're roughing up his mom as well as his auntie. And we're going to take him out in the yard, and we're going to
take his Halloween candy.
See, this is what we're talking
we're
about.
not sure what's going to happen next. Are we going to kick him in the nuts, or are we going to punch him in the nuts?
Because
we don't know.
Oh, now if it's a field and we've kidnapped him, it's a
Sure.
definite kick.
Wow.
I thought you were talking about in the field of play. You'd want to go with the hand.
Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, we're going to take his mom and his auntie out to a very nice dinner and never call them back.
This is what I'm talking about.
How this is going to work.
I'm not talking about whether or not he
we're
becomes
over
a
here
runner.
trying to fix the problems in the NCAA.
You literally
and
aren't.
You're just fighting
You-
against us.
you have created
feel like
another
you
other
have
problem.
to- You feel like you have to just talk to be on the show. I mean, with a contrary opinion, Randy and I are heroes right now. We are finding solutions to stop the fake quarterback slide, and all we get from you is static, man.
Just make it against the rules, like the actual rules.
Fine. We won't go to his house. We'll just. How about this, Randy? We got to get to him before he leaves the stadium.
Oh yeah,
parking lot
or
the stadium itself. Which
These
one?
are not
right
solutions.
outside the locker room. Then we'll drag him back in the locker room into the showers.
Okay.
Nobody will know what happened.
So as long
These
as
are more problems.
If he gets to the parking lot, he's free. Is that what we're saying? So we have to do it on, stadium
property.
ground, right?
Yeah.
If you do it on
parking lot is
stadium property, that is still assault.
Well,
I cannot stress that
we
enough.
haven't gotten there yet, Keon.
Of course, clearly,
So, Randy,
clearly.
the parking lot is stadium property too, though.
Well, yeah, but it's out in the open. Do we want to be out there in the open?
Oh, I don't care.
If you kidnap a guy and kick him in his family jewels, that is assault no matter where you do it.
If you put him in the shower, you can clean up once everything's done.
It would be assault if it happened in the shower too.
Hey, I see lots of people getting away with lots of things in the legal system lately.
Does not make it correct.
I like our
don't
chances,
know.
Randy.
Oh, boy.
I like our chances these days.
I'm with you, pal.
Big George says, sounds
Oh,
like
boy.
Fed Fan and King Kittens had a really good date and keeping the hanky panky that occurred under wraps. You sly dog, King of Kittens. Fed Fan says, nothing to see here. King of Kittens is a nice guy, and your tickets put us in a row that kept people walking through. So I don't understand what that means.
They couldn't communicate. That's what it means.
So wait, did people kept like giving you the butt as they walked by? Or is
Yeah. Yeah,
That
that's what it
just
sounds
happens,
like.
happens anywhere, doesn't it? I don't understand what that even means. Everybody else is just raved about those tickets. Hamilton Porter says, catch the We Couldn't Beat the Detroit Lions Bowl tonight on Thursday Night Football. That is exactly what that is. Colts fan Dan says, I saw King Kittens kissing somebody on the kiss cam. I don't know what happened.
What?
Senior
That
Wake and
seems
Bake
fabricated.
says, hey, that college quarterback threw the fake. It's all good. Equivalent of getting an Iverson crossover. They just got owned. Yeah, but that's okay. But you get consequences. That's all we're saying.
Oh, yeah.
But you get consequences.
But the consequences should just be
You don't
enforced
bend
by
the rules, man. You don't bend the rules. If these rules are made to protect you sissy quarterbacks, don't take advantage of the rule. Just enact it and you won't get hurt. It's just kind of like put the gun down. Nobody's going to get hurt.
I mean, then players who run out of bounds, sort of, and then come back.
They should get the whammo too. We talked about this yesterday.
So, okay.
Bam! Remember that conversation? Bam!
All of this sounds wrong, just incredibly wrong. Just retribution because a guy faked something. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Physical retribution. We are talking about punching or kicking a man in the family stones. That is just.
This has got to be like a snowflake thing. I don't understand what his problem is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Everyone else seems to get it but Keon. So, all right. I don't have time. I don't have time for this.
Overwhelming support on the text.
Everybody agrees.
Has it been overwhelming support? I haven't heard the overwhelming support. What overwhelming support in favor of we're going to knock him out in the end zone.
Yep.
We're going to find him in the showers because somehow
Now we're going to find him as he walks out of the locker room, take him back into the showers. That's what.
Did we order the code red? You're damn right we did. Gonna do it again. Oh my God. So, all right. Anyway, I don't know what we're doing. By the way, you guys noticed this? What the hell's going on with the kicking lately? Remember back when the extra point used to be like 99.3%. It was always a given.
Yeah.
And then in 2015, they're like, "Hey, let's move it back some yard." Was it 10 yards?
Yep.
Moving it back.
Yep.
And then it went to 94%. But over the years, it seems to slip and slip. And now this year, it's 92.5% a given that they'll make that extra point. I don't know if it's the kickers have gotten worse or I don't know what's going. Is it the weather? I can't quite put my finger on it. But now you might like, well, okay, that's why these people are going for 2 now. There's just no guarantee that the extra point is going to be a success. I still feel like I would go with the kick in a lot of those different situations. You know, like I think Harbaugh was a moron the other day with that, but I don't know. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is kickers don't matter.
I mean, they do matter. I can tell you because my team is on kicker number 4 this year. And part of the losing streak was, the Dustin Hopkins disaster. And then
Dustin Hoffman. When did he start playing?
Dustin Hoffman.
Hopkins,
Hoffman?
who now kicks with the Chargers.
And
then followed by Hopkins was Chris Blewett. And then Sly.
Well, hell,
and I don't even know the kicker we're on now.
I can tell you what the problem is there. The guy's name, Blewett. Why are you even going to hire this guy to be a kicker?
I asked the same question. I said the same thing.
What's your name? Blewett. Hey, get the hell out of here, man.
You don't even get to try out for a team with a name like Blewett.
Wow.
Somebody blew it with that. All right, we have to take a break because Rosalie Michaels is ready to come and answer your fantasy football questions. 888-368-1580. And we got to get some things hooked up and some jiggery pokery, and we'll get that going. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Kevin Kubler and Tony Baselli from Westwood One here with a preview of Thursday Night Football and a battle of 2 playoff bubble teams, the Vikings and the Steelers. Tony, the season has been a bumpy ride of wins and losses for both teams, but Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh made a move in the right direction last week.
Well, Kevin, the talk of Big Ben retiring and the Steelers' playoff hopes being over were put on hold Sunday with their 2019 division win over the Ravens. At 6-5-1, they are very much in the playoff hunt in the AFC. The Vikings, on the other hand, did themselves no favors, losing to the winless Detroit Lions. This is an obvious must-win for Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings for any hope of the playoffs.
All right, join us for the Steelers at the Vikings on Thursday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Napa know-how. At Napa, get great deals on a variety of Craftsman tools all month long for those DIYers in your family, like the 20-volt drill driver combo with a battery and charger for just $119. With a deal like that, we're putting unfinished projects on notice. Looking at you, loose doorknob. That's the drill driver combo, just $119. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and NapaOnline.com while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/21.
For the ones who are always in the know.
Delivery confirmed.
For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, experienced staff at local branches, and free access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online, oh,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah. We've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast, commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Hit it now.
It's on the internet.
1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So here's what's happening tonight. Tonight, the Steelers and the Vikings will play that horrible game over on Money Radio 1510. And on this
105.3 FM.
That's right. And on this station, we got the GCU ASU basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
It has been a long time in the making, and everybody's very excited about. That's happening at 7:15 here on 1580 The Fanatic. But right now,
I got GCU winning.
I got GCU winning too, and I told Radio Ron that, and he's like, "What?" He couldn't. He was very surprised, and I'm like, "Hey, the way ASU's been playing lately, and GCU, that is not a weak opponent right there. I'm just going with GCU. I'm going with the momentum of GCU versus the dysfunction of ASU.
Heck yeah.
And
Heck
I
yeah.
hate to pick against ASU. We love ASU. We love GCU, but I got to be honest with, what I'm thinking. We'll talk more about that game and how it matches up a little bit later on. Right now, joining us is Rosalie Michaels, your fantasy girl, brought to you by Big Zero. Hi, Rosalie. Can you hear us? Is everything okay?
I can hear you. Great. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
What's that? Couldn't
Hello?
hear you, Rosalie.
Oh, don't lie. You can hear. So,
Maybe I need to talk like Randy really loud in face.
yeah.
Why do you think I yell? They keep telling me they can't hear me.
Nobody tells you that. I don't know why you're saying that. All right. So, Rosalie Michaels back again to answer your fantasy football questions. Get those over there at 888-368-1580. Send that question in. And how's your betting record going on with the Big Zero there? That's pretty brave. You're basically putting yourself out there, making bets against people. How you doing?
Yeah, I only made one bet last week and nobody took me up on it. I was giving the line for Tampa Bay Atlanta was 11, negative 11, minus 11 for Tampa Bay. I was giving minus 13. I was going to take Tampa Bay at minus 13 and nobody took me up on it. So it would have been a tie because they ended up winning by 13. But still, you can get better odds if you want. If somebody's feeling really, what do they say, froggy, right? And they really believe in something, then they'll give you better odds. That's what Big Zero can do for you. You're betting your friends. You're not betting the casinos. So it's a matter of, hey, I think the Cardinals are going to win by 18 against the Rams. I'll give you 18 points if you take the Rams. Now, I'm not saying that's not what I'm doing. I'm giving you 2.5, which the line right now is 1.5.
I don't know. I just heard her
I'm
say
giving you
18.
2.5.
I just heard her. Didn't you, Jeffrey? 18?
I heard it. Yep.
If we take the Rams at 18, yeah. Mhm.
I actually hope you win. I hope you win a lot of bets so you can replace that horrible headset you have. That would be great. Your microphone sounds horrible.
Does it sound horrible? I had to use my little earbuds here.
Oh boy!
Because you said last week the other ones weren't working well. So
Oh no, these are way worse. These are way worse. They make weird noises and stuff. So if you have your other one handy, maybe we should switch. I ain't trying to tell you how to live your life, but this your audio is bad.
Yeah, I looked for them, and then my husband must have offed with them. He's untrustworthy, I tell you. Untrustworthy.
That's all right. we have a few minutes here, so let's talk about Big Zero. So now you get over there to the bigzero.com, you get yourself set up, you can make bets and you can take bets. And that is a very unique kind of thing. You don't generally get to call your own shot, as it were, out there and see if somebody wants to take you up on it. So that's a pretty cool deal there. But you say starting out, you're evaluated as you go to make sure that you're doing it right before you get to make the big bets.
Correct. Yeah. The minimum bet for Big Zero is $10, right? So easy, $10. You want to bet a game, $10 is the minimum. You go on, it's free. I mean, it's free to even join. So you join for free. You can check it out. You can take a look, see if there's any crazy bets. I'll tell you a little bit. My bets right now are, I've got the over tonight for Pittsburgh and Minnesota at 43.5. So if you like the under in that game, you can bet me. I've got Atlanta plus 2.5 versus Carolina. So if you like Carolina in that game, you can bet me. I've got Arizona minus 2.5, I said, versus the Rams. You can bet me if you like the Rams. But, you're probably not liking the Rams if you're listening to this show, right?
I don't think many people at all anywhere are liking the Rams right now. The Cardinals are just on fire.
They are on fire. I'm kind of surprised that the line for the Cardinals and the Rams is only minus 2.5, minus 1.5 it is now. If you're looking at the books, it's at minus 1.5. I'm not sure what they're thinking. The Rams beat the Jaguars last week. That's not a big, huge, feather in your cap, right? So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm giving you better odds than the books for right now.
Wow, there you go. So again, tell them where to go, what to do.
Go to bigzero.com, use the code FANTASYGIRL, and like I said, it's free to join. Check it out. Take a look at the bets that are offered there, and if you like some of the bets, go ahead and take them. See if you can win some money.
So,
yep. Don't forget, there's no VIG, right? You're not paying any VIG. You're not paying any fees. It's just you win the bet, you keep all that money, which I really like.
888-368-1580. The questions are coming in. While they're doing that, Rosalie, let's go ahead and get you off of this line and get you on a regular telephone line because the audio continues to have wisp on it. Might be a bandwidth issue. So it might be better if we get you on regular phone for audio right now. All right, thanks. Listen, it's still better than the last guy, but we got to make sure it's right so that you guys can hear and understand what she says and get your questions answered. Randy, you've got some questions ready for Rosalie? You got some questions ready?
I'm looking for a wide receiver because
she can't hear us just yet. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm looking for a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do have a question for her there.
Yes.
Keon, you got questions for her over there? For when she's ready?
I do.
I think watch for the phone to light up. I think she's calling us right here. So you get her back on here real quick to answer all these questions. 888-368-1580. I'll read some other quick texts real fast. Dick Whiskers says, good afternoon, fellas. Can you tell me who I should start? Nope, we're going to save that one for Rosalie when we get her back on the line. Let's see. Cheese Skulls Burner says, NFL sissy quarterbacks should have flags so nobody ever touches them. Oh, yeah, okay. Big George says, hi, Rosalie. As soon as she can hear you, we'll pass that on. Moist One says, oh, boy. I agree that a good kick in the Ginobili's is good revenge for that kind of deception. Reminds me of the time I brought a girl home and found out it was a guy. Okay, we're not going to go there. We have Rosalie back up yet?
We don't. I don't know if she's calling or if she's switched over to her phone for this. I don't have a phone call here at this exact moment in time. Keeping an eye out for it though.
All right. She's probably texting me. I'm texting her. Here you go. Bam. There you go. Yeah, I have questions, but I always hesitate to ask. I beat her in the fantasy football, but there's also she doesn't want me in the playoffs. You know what I mean? She doesn't want me there, so she may not. She's not
going to play any games with you. Come on,
because I've got questions about David Montgomery tonight, whether or not he is. Not tonight, but I mean, I got a question about whether David Montgomery is going to play. I got questions about Kareem Hunt. I got questions about Jarvis Landry. I got all kinds of questions. So, I don't know if I should ask. So let's see. Fed fan says, King of Kittens did know a lot about GCU, and I learned a lot more about college basketball than I did before. And stop with the kiss cam jokes, or somebody's going to get hurt out there.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Random texter says, friends with benefits go places all the time together and not call it a date. Okay. So now random texter is going to get beat up by Fed fan any moment now. We got her back. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, Rosalie. I just want to make sure that everybody could hear you good.
How's this now?
That is better. So let's do this. Let's answer some fantasy football questions, shall we?
Let's go.
All right. King Kitten says, Rosalie, Johnny Unitas or Archie Manning? Oh, come on, man. Boy. All right. Swave Dave says, should I play Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers this week? It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, that is a good problem to have. It's hard to bench Kyler. Is just, you have to go Kyler. It's a good matchup for Aaron Rodgers, but I think we're going to see more of the run game than we are the pass game in that. And you can't bench Kyler. You just can't.
All right. Big George says, hey, Rosalie, I have to start a running back this week and my options are limited. So should I start David Johnson, Alex Collins, or Latavius Murray?
Ugh. I think you got to David Johnson. You can't. It's just number one, Houston. I'm trying to avoid Houston's offense in every category. It's just bad. It's really bad. And Rex Burkhead is getting the bulk of the work there in Houston. Yeah, the matchup good versus Seattle, but I think I'd take Alex Collins because I just trust the Seahawks offense. Just not a lot, but a little bit more than Houston.
Dick Whiskers says, can you tell me who I should start, Travis Kelce or Rob Gronkowski?
Kelsey's got a really good matchup this week. The Raiders give up the most fantasy points to the tight end position, and I expect that to be a really high-scoring game. The last 4 games have all been over 49 points, so I'd go Kelce there.
All right. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, ask Rosalie, what mine shaft is she reporting from? She's just got,
was that the old audio?
We just have a bad line. We had a bad line. Colts fan Dan, we will come back around to you. And I already did that one. Hold on here. Just the Tip says tight ends. Rosalie, hello. Tyler Conklin or Darren Waller?
Waller, if he plays, you're going to go with him. It's a good matchup. But I expect Conklin to get a good amount of – the problem is you got to play Conklin tonight if you're going to. And, yeah, Pittsburgh doesn't give up a lot of fantasy points to the tight end position. But with Thielen not in there, I expect Conklin to get a good amount of targets. So I think you have to go Conklin just in case Waller doesn't play. It's not looking great.
Screaming Eagle says you're a breath of fresh air, and it's great to have you as part of the Fanatic, but also says in the flex position, Devontae Freeman or Jerry Jeudy?
Devontae Freeman, it's a tough matchup for Baltimore this week with Cleveland. I mean, believe it or not, Baltimore's the underdogs to Cleveland, but Devontae Freeman's getting a good amount of work there. Jeudy with the Denver offense is just, it's hard to trust. You don't know if they're going to do well or not. So I like the floor of Freeman a little bit better.
All right. Well, Hefty Lefty brings up Deontay Foreman or Kareem Hunt. I don't know if he means Foreman. He might mean Freeman. He says, those are my options.
He means Deontay Foreman from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
That's who he means.
All right. So which one?
Deontay or Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
I would go Kareem Hunt. It's just with, it's hard because that Hunt's going to get some of the passing. With Dante Foreman, you've got Dontrell Hilliard there too, and Dontrell seems to be getting more of the action. So I think I trust Hunt a little bit more than Foreman. Yeah, Foreman.
All right. Bite My Kebab. I don't know if you're going to understand this. Says Barkley or Swift. That might be voice text for or Barkley or Swift.
Yeah. Did he? Yeah, I thought I took it as Barkley or Swift.
Okay.
I really like Barkley this week. It's been hard to really trust him and plug him in, but he's got a good matchup this week. You know, the Chargers give up a lot of rushing yards and a lot of fantasy points to the running back position. Is it going to be Mike Glennon? Is it going to be Jake Fromm? Jake Fromm worries me if he starts. I don't know if you guys saw that quote where he said that it's, you saw that, you talked about that. That's not good. So if I'm the coach of the Giants, just freaking keep putting it in Saquon's hands and let the man do what he's supposed to do.
All right, Just Tip says, should I play Dalvin Cook or Chubba Hubba? He says, I love your insights.
I would go Chubb simply because I like Cook tonight. He's going to play, but I think they're going to split reps with Madison. Madison serves very well in Cook's place. I'm starting Cook this week because I have to. I don't have a better choice. You've got Chubb. That's a better choice.
Beer Bob says, I want to ask Rosalie a question about fantasy football, but my team sucks so bad. I'm beyond help. So I just want to say, hi, Rosalie. Nice to hear you back on the air, even if you're stuck in the well of Buffalo Bill. He puts the lotion on in the basket.
Oh, God.
Dick Whiskers says, should I start Zeke Elliott or sit him for a second week in a row?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zeke this week, unfortunately. You know, Pollard's been getting some action. Don't know if Pollard's going to play, but he's got a tough matchup versus Washington. They give up, they're third against the run. They give up like not a lot of fantasy points to the running back position, but they do, where you want to attack Washington is through the air. And I think Dallas is going to do that. So I don't hate sitting Zeke this week.
Hefty Lefty says Chargers or Broncos defense. And then he says, oh, look, doggy. Yeah, that's Cecil, the wonder dog back there. But Chargers or Broncos defense?
Denver's defense has been doing pretty well. I'm actually starting them as well. With Detroit, yeah, they had a good game against Minnesota last week. I think that was a fluke. So I'd go Denver over Detroit.
Somebody that's definitely not me asks, Arizona Cardinals defense or Carolina Panthers defense?
I'm actually picking the Atlanta to upset Carolina. So I'd go Cardinals defense over the Rams. I don't like either, to be honest with you, though.
Definitely not me, though. All right, when we come back, we'll open this up for Randy and Keon to get some fantasy football questions answered, plus a bunch of people here on the text line waiting for their chance as well. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Hey neighbors, when your claims get hard to file, State Farm's got to switch it up style. Great rates save you cash, so if you come join us, you'll get your coins up. Oh, now you know you can save that dough, and you're covered on your ride and your home. For great service on the low, then call up State Farm. It's time to switch it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Time for some smart saving. Make their dreams their reality.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. Whatever your little one dreams of becoming, a doctor, a chef, a firefighter, they're going to need a plan and savings. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan, and you will be able to pay for their future education. Visit az529.gov and start saving to make their dream job come true.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the benefits of a financial advisor.
Not only the technicals and the fundamentals and the valuation, but you have to look at the macro picture. And that requires a lot of work where you're looking at the sectors and industries within the sectors. And then you find the stocks within the sectors that are doing better. And then you have to do the work on those individual stocks. And you sort of go to tons of sand before you find those nuggets of gold. And the discipline to do that continuously, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that is the hard hard part. People become traders, but they have a job, they've got a family, they get distracted, and then you look at it 3 weeks later and it's all history. Like your personal trainer who keeps your health on check, this is why you need a financial advisor to keep your emotions in check.
If you need help keeping your investments on track, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Download our podcast at 1580thefanatic.com.
Don't be that guy.
Arizona's new exclusive home for live NFL games and Super Bowl 55.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and guess what? All of your high school championship games that matter are here on 1580 Fanatic. We have the 4A championship on Friday at 4 p.m. And then we got the 5A championship Friday at 7 p.m. Then the Big Kahuna, the 6A championship, is at 12 p.m. on Saturday. And then the Open Division Championship we have over on Money Radio 1510. So all your high school championship games are here for you to listen to this weekend. But right now we're talking fantasy football with Rosalie Michaels, brought to you by Big Zero. And sorry about the audio issues and stuff, but we've got her here, and we got a lot of people ready to have their fantasy football dreams come true. And she can do that for you. But first, we're gonna get ours. All right. So Randy, you had a question for Rosalie Michaels about wide receiver, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a quandary here, Rosalie. I have AJ Green to play, or I've got Marvin Jones there for Jacksonville. Which one would you choose?
I would choose the better offense. I have Marvin Jones as well. But Jacksonville's offense is just sometimes, he gets some targets, but that connection just isn't there. So I'd take AJ Green in that Cardinals game. Speaking of the Cardinals game, Jeffrey, it changed my mind. I would go Carolina's defense over Arizona's.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to change it anyway. I was just going to take my lumps with it. But that person who was definitely not me was going to go with the Panthers. Damn it. Keon, what you got a question for her?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. My ongoing quandary of my existence, it always involves Brandon Ayuk, because I don't know from week to week whether I get the productive Brandon Ayuk or if Kyle Shanahan wants to just shove Brandon Ayuk in a closet and then we just don't see any points from him. So I got Brandon Ayuk, but I also have Chase Claypool and Odell Beckham. Who should I go with out of those three?
Again, I think that that Monday night game with the Cardinals is going to be a high-scoring game. It's interesting because there's only 2 games so far for this week that are over. The overs are over 50 points, and that's the Cardinals game versus the Rams and the Buffalo Bills and Tampa Bay game. So it's going to be a high-scoring game. I like it. Claypool, is going to be there, and you got to like the matchup versus Minnesota. They give up the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position, and they give up a lot of points per game to opposing offenses as well. So you got to like that. Problem is, Deontay Johnson's like the man there right now, and Ben Roethlisberger has not been great. He's been pretty bad. So his depth of target has been not as big. He's just not quite the Ben Roethlisberger that we are used to seeing. So it's pretty close between Chase Claypool and OBJ for me. But if OBJ, I know there was some question about OBJ this week. So if he does play, I'd go OBJ.
All right. Well, I have a few players, as everybody knows, injuries are all over the place. And I've been sort of shuffling the chairs on recently injured. Kareem Hunt against the Ravens. How is he looking as a running back play?
Well, it depends on what your other options are. It's not a great.
I don't like
it's
to
not a
admit
great.
that.
I mean, I know that I've told people, Chubb and Hunt, but it just depends on who you've got to go with.
All right.
Chubb is going to get a lot of action. Hunt could get some action. Who's your other choice?
All right. Well, I'll give you my list. I got Cordell Patterson. I have Kareem Hunt.
Yes.
I got Josh
Yes.
Jacobs.
Okay. you gotta play Cordarrelle. Cordarrelle is
Wait,
a no-brainer.
I got more. I
He's
got David Montgomery.
D-Mont, you should always. Did you see? They're finally getting him involved, and yeah, again, it's a tough matchup against the Packers.
I was worried about the injuries on
they're
him right
giving
now.
him the ball a lot.
What's
What?
the report on his injuries? I know that he had been held out of practice. There was some question about whether he would play or not.
I was just looking before on. I didn't see much information on the a D-Mont injury. Melvin Gordon is questionable, but optimistic. I didn't see anything about D-Mont being held out.
Okay, so I guess it sounds like what you're saying. David Montgomery, Cordell Patterson, and Josh Jacobs. I'm using one in the flex.
I would definitely do D-Mont and Cordarrelle. If for some reason D-Mont does not play, you gotta go with Josh Jacobs. It's a tough matchup, but he's the lead back, and I like him better than Hunt against Baltimore.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, half you left. I knew that was coming. 3-name Max Jeffrey. And he also says,
I asked who you had, so.
Fubar 1000 says, hi, Rosalie. Good to hear you again. So you think Matson should stay in the lineup tonight?
I think he should. Again, it depends on who else you have, and you just temper your expectations. Dalvin Cook is saying he's going to play, but they may have him on a pitch count just to ease him back in. There's no reason to hurt him when Madison is playing well. So, it depends on who else you have. If you don't have a better choice, I don't hate the play, but just temper your expectations. He'll probably get half the amount of carries you're expecting.
So Berg is just being Bergish again. He says, Rosalie, is this a good regular season record? What are my chances of making the playoffs as a number 1 seed? Yeah, shut up.
Didn't he have a really, really bad week last week? Didn't he score like under 100 points or something?
Check his quarterback score, but I think that was weather related more than Berg related. And the Raven kid got a nice break on that one. The Jet, we will get to your Christmas question later. Ukla says, hi, Rosalie, Josh Jacobs or James Conner?
James Conner, absolutely. That again, you want to go with the higher powered offense, which is the Cardinals. So James Conner.
Fighting Wampa
and
says,
he's a touchdown machine.
Fighting Wampa says Chiefs or Tennessee Titans defense this week.
Chiefs or Titans. Well, you got the Chiefs versus Las Vegas again. I expect that to be a very high scoring game, and the Chiefs defense is just not that good. They're 8th in terms of points per game, but 26th by DVOA. That means when you weight it against the strength of their opponent, not that good. And so the Titans against Jacksonville, rookie quarterback, not playing well. Yeah, give me that one.
Choro says Gibson or Robinson?
Gibson or Robinson? Gibson. Robinson is just in the doghouse. They got to get him going, and he's got a bad matchup against the Tennessee defense. They're really good against the run. 7th in terms of rushing yards per game and give up the 5th least amount of fantasy points to running back.
All right. Choro also asks Freiermuth or Fant? Freiermuth or Fant?
Freiermuth has come on strong. I really like him a lot. And clearly Ben really likes him too. So that says a lot. a little bit of a tough matchup. Minnesota does not give up a lot of fantasy points to the tight end position. And I expect that Denver and Detroit game to be pretty low scoring. And I expect a lot of Javonte Williams again. So I would go Frymouth over Fant.
All right. Bite Micah Bob says Jamar Chase or T. Higgins.
I'm a big Jamar Chase fan. T. Higgins has been getting some love lately too, but Jamar just can, he only needs a couple of receptions to really bust it open. So give me Jamar.
Did we already answer the Mahomes or Kyler Murray question? I feel like we did.
No, we answered Kyler and somebody, and we answered Kyler or Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay. So how about Mahomes or Murray?
Yeah, I'd go Mahomes over Murray. And I know I said Mahomes has not been our usual, Patrick Mahomes number one QB kind of guy, but this is a really, really good matchup for him. And like I said, I expect that KC Las Vegas game to be really high scoring. Vegas gives up the 5th most fantasy points to the quarterback position, and they give up a lot of points per game as well. So I give a slight edge. You can't go wrong either way. How you have both of those quarterbacks, I'm not sure. I think you're cheating.
Yeah, well, that's probably true. Big George says he has DeAndre Swift, but he's probably going to be out this week. So should he start Rex Burkhead, Mike Davis, or Adrian Peterson instead?
Oh, good Lord. That's a whole lot of crap, isn't it?
You got a pile of crap, George.
Wow. Well, out of the crap, I like Adrian Peterson just for touchdown upside alone, going against Houston, give up the 4th most fantasy points and the most rushing yards per game and a lot of touchdowns to opposing offenses. So AP as a punt is what I'm going with.
Cheese Skulls Burner says Rosalie Singletary from Buffalo or Sony Michel from the Rams.
There's Sony Michel. If Darrell Henderson does not play, Sony Michel is a no-brainer. I'd go Michel probably overall. It's just Buffalo's got Brady. They've got Josh Allen. They've got a tough matchup versus Tampa Bay. So yeah, I think I'm still going Sony Michel.
And I just found out this cough button don't work. Watch. See? Good Cat says Rodgers or Allen. Rodgers or Allen.
Rodgers. Yeah, give me Rodgers. I expect that Tampa Bay Buffalo game is not going to be high scoring. These two defenses are really, really good. That Buffalo New England game was low scoring too. And Rodgers just has a great matchup. They give up the 10th most fantasy points to the quarterback position. So I'd go Rodgers.
He also says Packers or Buccaneers defense.
Packers or Buccaneers defense. I'm going Packers defense just because Fields is probably going to be starting again. And, the Packers D has been playing really well. Give up the 5th least points per game and really, really solid against all the positions. So I'd go Packers D.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Rosalie, original or crispy?
Oh, crispy. Give me all the extra plates. Give me more fried stuff.
All that flavor. Colts Fan Dan says, Jeffrey, thank you so much for calling Sony Michel and not Sonny Michel. Sonny Michael, like the guy on the other station. They call him Sonny Michael. Okay. What didn't even occur to me? What do you even think about it? The Jets. That's another fantasy football question. Hefty Lefty says, in the Matson case, Hunt or Matson?
Again, I like Madison a little bit better than Hunt just because of the matchup.
Just
if he's splitting.
Wants to know if Brandon Cooks is worth keeping.
I'm living in the same land you are, my friend. It's tough. You have to keep him. I mean, he's probably better than at least on your bench if you don't start him. Just keep him just through the playoffs, just in case something crazy happens. He was at the beginning of the season getting so many targets. So I'm keeping him, and I'm having to start him actually in a league just because so many injuries.
Last question, real quick. Bite Micah Bob says Matthew Stafford or Kirk Cousins.
Cousins is
There you go.
quietly the QB8 on the year.
All right, well, that's Rosalie Michaels, and she is your fantasy girl, brought to you by Big Zero. You go check it out. Get to bigzero.com and see what it's all about. You can have a whole lot of fun, and you can bet with Rosalie, the fantasy girl, if you use the code Fantasy Girl when you get there. Rosalie, of course, you're on the Twitterverse. Tell them where they can find you.
At Rosalie Michaels, ROSALIEMICHAELS.
There you go. Or it could be easier. Just go to the Fanatic Twitter where you see her little address right there in the show thing. Rosalie, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with hour 3 of the Daily Blender after this. You're on 1580, The Fanatic.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Hey neighbors, when your claims get hard to file, State Farm's got to switch it up style. Great rates save you cash, so if you come join us, you'll get your coins up. Oh, now you know you can save that dough, and you're covered on your ride and your home. For great service on the low, then call up State Farm. It's time to switch it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. You know, I feel like when we have Rosalie Michaels on, that if we just kept her on, there'd be no shortage of questions. It's just like a fire hose of fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
information that comes our way every Thursday in the 4 o'clock hour.
Well, and ever since she got rid of that vegetable oil, that Vig oil that she's always talking about, ever since she got rid of that, I mean, it seems like there's a real clarity as to the fantasy football answers that she gets.
No, it's called Vig Zero. It's a betting platform. She didn't get rid of anything.
Oh, I thought that was like Vig Zero was like the oil.
No,
vegetable cooking oil.
From our sports betting 101 segments with Josh Applebaum on Fridays, we've learned what the Vig is, the juice, the money that the sports books get out of stuff. Well, Vig Zero means they're not getting anything. This is just peer-to-peer betting. There's no 10% sports book fee or anything like that. You can bet against your friends or other people. You can bet against Fantasy Girl if you use the code Fantasy Girl. So
I thought it was some sort of cooking oil or something, but thanks for clearing that up for me, Jeffco.
We're learning as we go when it comes to the sports betting stuff. It's understandable, but I'm sure if you go over to vigzero.com, they'll explain the entire thing to you. All right, let's see. Let's clear up the text line before we move on. Let's see. Fish Tank says, happy 3rd year anniversary of the Miami Miracle. One of Bill Belichick's biggest blunders by putting Gronk on the Hail Mary hands team. I'm sure it was a big deal to you, but I don't remember this. Do you remember this?
I can't recall.
I don't remember exactly because the Dolphins have that, once a year, once every other year, they just have some stunning win against Bill Belichick in particular. So I don't recall that one specifically.
Yeah, remember when the Rams were bad and the Cardinals, they were the Dolphins to the Cardinals Patriots. You know what I'm saying? So every team has that thorn in their paw, and that is what Miami has been to the Patriots. But sorry, nobody knows what you're talking about, Fish Tank. But we're happy for you if it matters. I mean,
every team has got that Vig Zero.
Randy, that's
where the opponent is that Vig Zero.
Don't just use this word. You don't know what it means. Don't try to fit in by just using their name. That's not what this is about.
Especially if you root for a bad team. That you have certain games that stand out to you that are big games to you, but if you're not a member of that fan base, it maybe doesn't stick out as much.
Right.
It's kind of like I'm not as into college football as Keon is, but it may not mean a whole lot to me. It might mean something to him that Hugh Jackson is going to get hired as the Grambling State head coach.
Wow.
I don't know if that matters.
I mean, Grambling is, a historically black college. They're a smaller school. So, I don't know that they're going to be competing in for a championship or anything, but, Hugh Jackson's an NFL guy. It's probably a big time hire
for them.
For Grambling. Now, his recent track record of coaching, I don't know how much that helps.
He'll jump in a river for you when he gives you a 1-win season or something, Well, I mean, I figured that would mean something to you, even though it didn't mean anything to me. I don't know that much about the college football or Grambling State. If it's a hilarious name though, I like Grambling. It's just funny. Sounds funny. Like
it's just
Grambling.
It makes me think of the Hamburglar. Robble. Grambling. I don't know. That's just what I think. Can't help it. Let's see. So that is that. Here's something that's it's not sports, but it's manly. It may not matter to anybody, but well, you have to give respect to Joey Chestnut for taking down 17 pounds of cocktail shrimp in 8 minutes.
Oh, listen, he's held that crown for many years now. He goes right from the hot dogs. He goes right on to another competition. I can't remember what it is. And then it's on to the cocktail shrimp competition.
I'll tell you what, I love me some cocktail shrimp, and I can eat a lot of shrimp. I can eat 100 shrimp. I think I could eat 100.
Can you take down Joey Chestnut? Do we need to set this up?
No, I can't. I don't even presume to want to try. I want to enjoy my food. But I have at the all you can eat, I think at the Red Lobster, they keep bringing you shrimp. I took down 100 plus. I can't remember exactly how much, but it wasn't timed. It wasn't in 8 minutes. I just sat there just eating shrimp, going along. And they weren't the cocktail shrimp. Cocktail shrimp were those giant shrimp, which again, jumbo shrimp never made sense. But these are these little regular size shrimp that I was eating. I don't know how many. I would love to find out, but I fear that it would be very expensive to find out how many cocktail shrimp. Unless I bought them at Costco.
Not if you're in a competition. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be in a competition. I just want to challenge myself to see how many I have capacity for. I want to enjoy them while I eat them too. So I'm not going for speed. I'm going for quality and time.
I get that. Is there any eating contest more disgusting that it, or at least seems like it would be? I don't know. I've never actually watched anyone do it. To eat fast than cocktail shrimp?
We are not on Sirius XM, so I cannot answer. Had jokes, many jokes popped into my head. Had to let them go. Had to put them down. Had to just sit over there, like way over there.
Keon, you really got to learn when to tempt him and when not.
I didn't realize that I was
gonna behave. Gonna sit right here and just move on to something else. I can't even. Can't even.
There was a time he would have gone off like one of those machine guns. They would have just come out, just you know.
Well, now I know there's kids listening, so
yeah.
Maybe some other day, Keon. Not this day.
Okay.
Not this day. Yeah, cocktail shrimp. I don't know how big those. I mean, I don't even know how to weigh them. I don't know how many that comes out to. I have a lot of questions about this, cocktail shrimp thing. I'm not going to sit there and try to go toe to toe with anybody eating hot dogs.
That would be hard.
But shrimp, well, I have a history with that. So I'm kind of curious. I'm curious. So yeah, that's a man card accreditation right there. I think for that guy that, just eat 17. By the way, eating 17 pounds of anything is insane.
Oh yeah.
How many pounds of anything can I eat? I don't know. 2-3 pounds of anything. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. 17 pounds of shrimp.
If I eat a quarter pound burger, I'm pretty much good. So I don't think that 8 pounds is anything that I should even remotely try to eat.
If I have a bunch of my intestines removed and I'm sitting on a toilet and I could just, that even then, that's probably against the rules. There, I don't know how 17 pounds of anything unless it goes right through you. So, Hefty Lefty says the hard-boiled egg competition is pretty gnarly to watch, or the poutine eating championship.
Poutine?
Yeah, that's like a gravy or something, isn't it?
It's like a French fries with a gravy on.
Just Tip says Joey Chestnut has a metric load of eating records. He's better at his sport. Yeah. Okay, stop right there. It's not a sport. It's not a sport. Competitive eating is not a sport. I will not have that here. He says, no, he's better at that than Messier, Mantle, Taylor, Frazier, any of those guys. Nope, not going to have that here, man. Not going to have that. Big George says, I eat 17 pounds of Chick-fil-A nuggets on a daily basis, so I'm pretty sure I could compete with Joey Chestnut.
Well,
I don't believe you, Big George.
Big George, come on.
You're 17 pounds?
No, not 17.
You're 7 feet tall.
He is 7 feet tall in real life. But I don't see that. George, maybe a couple pounds. Now you got me hungry for Chick-fil-A. Damn it. Just the Tip says, by the way, gentlemen, Rosalie's awesome. She's very upfront and available for sports betting insights in her Twitter feed, by the way. And the Vig Zero thing is badass. Choro's a good question. Are diapers allowed? You mean like in the studio or? Oh, he means at a all you can eat contest. Yeah. I don't think most people could process it that fast. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, what the hell, you guys? ASU, not GCU? Come on, forks up. Okay, here's the thing. We're pro both. We're pulling for both teams.
Yeah.
Hope tonight is a great game between the two of them. I'm going to pick a winner, and I just got something telling me Grand Canyon University is going to get the W tonight. That's just my opinion on who will win or lose. I'm always forks up and I'm always go Lopes. So, I'm not going to, favor either. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win.
I think last year, if I remember right, it was Remy Martin with the final last second shot to put the GCU Lopes away late in the game. So I anticipate this is going to be a close game. And I think the Lopes are looking for redemption and payback.
Well, that and you got a couple of ASU players who went across town and joined them. So this is going to be interesting to say the least on that. But as it is, ASU is favored to win this game. And, I just don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be as cut and dry as certain sports outlets might think it is. Blacksher and McLaughlin, those guys are taking care of business under the basket and, shooting it. I mean, I get it. Horn and Lawrence for ASU and Jackson, they're a team.
They're a team.
I'm trying to say
true.
I'm trying to say something positive
It's a
about ASU right now. And
it's a
can't.
factual statement.
They're a team. I mean,
human beings are human beings play for ASU.
Horn, here's something for you. 100% free throw percentage. I'm not sure if he's been to the line, but I mean, there's that. All right, so let's look. The GCU's in the WAC conference, ASU, Pac-12.
Yeah.
Does the tail of the tape here matter? Does it matter points for, points against in their, because this is like, it should be different. It should be ASU in the Pac-12 should be a good step or two above, the WAC conference,
you would
right?
think so, but
I mean, I know exactly what Keon's going to. You would think so, but now in current days of D1 basketball, not really. You can see a team. Who was it the other night that took down Kentucky? I can't think of the small team that took down Kentucky the other night. So it happens on a regular basis, and every year, Jeffrey, we see in the March Madness. There's always like a Cinderella team.
That was GCU last year.
And then, you'll see these teams that'll play deep, that are not expected to play deep, haven't played these big blue blood teams from around the country, and they get into the tournament, and somehow they just go deep because they've got the talent and they've got the skill to do it. So I don't know.
The Southern University Jaguars, Randy, took down
That's
Kentucky.
Yeah,
and beat them pretty soundly. It was a 12-point victory. It was a decisive win for them. GCU would be what we would used to call a mid-major school. And we don't use that terminology as much anymore because it doesn't mean anything. You can be a Kentucky, you can be a Duke, and go out and get the best players, guys that are going to for sure be in the NBA. But then what these smaller schools do is get guys who will commit to be there for 3 to 4 years. And so you have guys who are older, more mature on a lot of these rosters. And so, you could put them head to head, but you're going to have some juniors and some upperclassmen playing for GCU where ASU might wind up being just a little bit younger.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me give you the tail of the tape then as it is. GCU scores 11 points more per game than ASU.
Okay.
They give up 10 points less than ASU does in any game. So they got them beat both for and against. Field goal percentage for GCU, 44.4. For ASU, 40.2. Rebounds, 42.9 for GCU. ASU, 35.7. Assists, 14.2 for GCU. 13.1 for ASU. Now, here's one category where ASU does have an advantage over GCU, and that's blocks. They have 4.2 blocks to GCU's 1.7. Then you look at steals. Nope, back to GCU again. 8.1 steals for them, 5.7 for ASU. And so that's the tail of the tape right there. I mean,
it is those numbers right there that persuade me to kind of root for GCU in this particular instance. Remember, ASU, I don't know if they've got more than 4 guys on the team that are returning from last year's squad.
Big Risk says GCU is going to win. You high? Well, listen, you try doing a show with Keon Rose without being high, and you tell me how it goes. He's very difficult.
I will say GCU. The thing with comparing these early season schedules too is both of these schools have played weaker opponents. It's not just ASU's played this full Pac-12 schedule. Maybe it might be harder to compare them in the middle of the season, but right now this is about as close together as those numbers are going to be.
Yeah. Big Risk says, nope, you're higher than a bus full of hippies. High. All of you are high.
It was a close game last year, and this is a GCU team that's got a ton of experience.
Big Risk, thank you for that. Berg says ASU this far has been terribly inconsistent. I wouldn't be surprised to see GCU win this by 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I'll win the hot dog blender contest if there's no mustard. Well, now there's going to be mustard, Berg. I mean, you're going to sit there and brag about winning the Premier League. You think I'm going to make it easy for you in a hot dog eating contest? Think again, pal. Let's see. Big George says, I'm an ASU fan. I'm picking GCU to win tonight, too. As long as Bobby Hurley is the head coach, I don't have a whole lot of faith in this program. Let's see. Nobody else. Everybody else now is just talking about food. Just a lot of text about competitive eating now. Oh, the Daily Blender, right? So, yeah, listen, there's a good chance ASU is just going to win this game. Absolutely. But the fact that ASU's played down and GCU consistently playing up, I think you got a good game tonight, guys. I think you got a good game.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
888-368-1580. The Jet says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I need some help if you don't mind. I've narrowed down my wife's Christmas gift to 2 items, and I can't decide. 1, an 18-drawer Husky tool chest on rollers. The other is a set of diamond earrings. Now, the tool chest is valued at $800, and the diamonds are at $1,400. I could really use your advice. I think she'd appreciate me saving money, right? Well, I got a follow-up question. Does she work around the garage? Does she use tools quite a bit? Is she woodworking? Is she doing projects around the house? I think we need to know if she's that kind of gal. Well, then, you can't go wrong with a tool chest. 18 drawers. Oh, that sounds nice. And it's on rollers and everything. That's my wife. My wife got me one for Christmas in the past. So I don't know what the hell I'd have done with diamond earrings. So yeah, we need more information, Jet. But so far, I think you're on the right track. Thunder Snow says Hugh Jackman is going to go coach Grambling. No, Hugh Jackson. He used to coach the Browns and stuff.
Had that winless season with the Browns.
Did I say Jackman? Yeah. Moist One says, what the hell? Wolverines coaching Grambling State?
You said Jackson.
Did I? I did say Jackson.
You did say Jackson.
And they heard Jackman. All right, whatever. Let's see. Good Cat says, yeah, Jeffrey, did you say Wolverine was higher? Everybody's, I must have mumbled or something. Single Malt Scotch says, by the way, wife made cornbread the other night. Found the mix in the cake aisle. Just saying. Jeffrey was right.
Wow.
I mean, we know.
Told you. Thank you, Single Malt Scotch. I do appreciate that. Dropping the Soap says, hey, how about a chicken fried steak eating contest? I'm always ankles up, if you know what I mean. Wait, what? How is he?
I don't know what that means.
The first part, chicken fried steak might be a hard thing to have an eating contest with. And second, hell are you talking about? King Kitten says, Angry Crab Shack has an excellent shrimp cocktail happy hour special. 10 shrimp peeled and ready to go, $5. Almost better than a half dozen wings for $5. See, that shows you the price point on them damn shrimp, though, doesn't it? Fish Tank says, come on, Tannehill to Stills. Stills pitches to Parker. Parker pitches to Kenyon Drake. Drake burns everyone, including a diving Gronk to the goal line as time expires to win by 1. I mean, I get it's my crappy Dolphins, but I just thought it was something everybody should know.
Well, it's not that it's that the Dolphins are crappy or anything like that. It's just, it's a game that was, if I recall correctly, it was like the last week of the season or second to last week. It was pretty late in the season.
Matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter much for either team. So it
mattered a lot for the Dolphins. Anytime you beat Belichick.
Yeah, that matters. But I'm
saying outside of the fan base, it's going to be hard to keep that in mind and remember. I do remember if that was the kick return game where they had all those laterals. That was pretty fun. If we're talking about the same game.
Fed Fan says, don't worry, Fish Tank. I remember the game. Wasn't it one the Patriots were ahead and everyone thought they had the win and the Dolphins just pulled out that miracle? Yeah, I remember that. By the way, though, question for the Jet, says Fed Fan. With the money you save with the tool set, do you plan on using that extra money on maybe a down payment on an apartment for yourself? Yeah, and I think she may have a point because Jet says, wait, no, she doesn't even go in the garage. What are you talking about?
Well, then you've answered your own question. The tool set's for you.
I think he was trying to get us to agree with him to buying the tool set that he can say that we were the culprits that talked him into buying the Husky tool set.
I don't think she's going to care.
No, you can blame us. Go ahead, man. I mean, get that tool chest, Jet.
Blame away.
Blender seal of approval.
I'm saying that like if I had a German mark, which is what their currency is. I can't spend that here.
I don't know any Germans named Mark. Do you?
The blender seal of approval may not go that far with
It's
your
like
wife.
usually
Is my point.
Wilhelm, Adolf.
Hello, my name is Mark, and I approve if you're doing whatever you want. It's just that kind of thing.
I don't think your wife cares what Mark thinks either. My point is the
You
blender
mind
seal
your
of
own
approval
business. I didn't ask what you thought either.
may not go that far with the wife. That's all I'm saying. Get the tool chest at your own peril.
Keon is very angry about things that do not apply to him.
I'm not angry at all. I'm trying to warn somebody for making a mistake.
You're calling out German Mark. You better be ready to dance, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take him.
He's
lightly.
a rugby player and a soccer player.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. We're running late for a break. Yeah. So let's do that. And when we come back, we'll do this. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Scott Graham here from Westwood One with a Thursday night football preview. From Minneapolis, Week 14 kicks off with the Minnesota Vikings hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. For Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh, a down-to-the-wire win over the Ravens moves them above 500 and keeps them in the playoff hunt. Head coach Mike Tomlin after the win.
Our continued commitment to running the football was significant. Although we didn't have a lot of success early, I thought we were able to gain a little bit of rhythm and success in that area due to the commitment. On the defensive side of the ball, we worked to keep him boxed in, and we didn't allow him to play within the 53 1/3 yard wide field.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings dropped their second straight last week, putting their playoff hopes in jeopardy with a 5-7 record. Kevin Kugler and Tony Baselli will have all the action of the Steelers at the Vikings on Thursday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone always talks about magic during the holidays. Magic, as in objects miraculously appearing at your front door because you had them delivered through the Home Depot app. Magic, as in predicting the future, knowing what a product will be like just by reading our customer reviews. This may all feel like magic, but it isn't. It's just good old-fashioned cutting-edge technology. Make the holidays yours with a little help from the Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Hi, it's Rosalie, the fantasy girl. Listen, I love the thrill of winning my weekly fantasy football matchups, but I've discovered something even better. It's peer-to-peer sports betting on Vig Zero. My friends, family, fantasy football league, we can now all put real money on the games against each other. Go to vigzero.com to sign up, and if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. No casino or bookie taking a cut. Visit vigzero.com. That's vigzero.com.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. That's 800-438-8173.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
This isn't a game of touch in the backyard.
I tore his ass up.
This isn't tossing around the ball with your friends. And it sure as hell isn't flag football.
This is the NFL. Hard-hitting, pad-smacking, body-busting football.
We've got all the primetime games in one place.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Stanley Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. A mouthful of M&M's just a second ago. I thought I had more time than that. All right. Want to hear about the NFL games we got this weekend? Of
Why
course
not?
you do. On Sunday morning, we got Raiders and Chiefs. Sunday night football, we got Bears and Packers. That's what's going on Sunday for your NFL needs. 888-368-1580. We are currently having two conversations at the same time. One about GCU and their chances to beat the Sun Devils over there in Tempe tonight, here in just a little bit. And the other one about competitive eating, also interesting. And then also, I guess, a third discussion where everybody thinks I said Hugh Jackman when I thought I said Hugh Jackson. Boogie says, Wolverines now coaching Grambling State. Holy crap, let's go. Yeah. By the way, who just burped? Was that you or Keon? I didn't burp. Heard a burp.
Did you hear that?
Was that you?
Me. Yeah. Sorry, that was me.
Yeah. Yeah, that microphone right there, it picks up everything.
I'm sorry about that.
So Heavy Metal Maniac says, I'm a fast eater. I'll take you all down eating contest. Bring it. You know, against regular people, I like my chances. Joey Chestnut, forget about it. I don't need that kind of smoke. But I'll tell you what, Randy beat me at a pizza eating contest back when I was 23. Then I beat this other fat bastard the next year, which it was, you know, you could tell I've been training. And yeah, I've also had eating contests against, listeners and stuff for like hot wings and other things. And Randy's the only person who's ever beat me. So, I mean, nowadays you look at me and be like, yeah, I could see it. But back in the day, I was just this skinny little guy, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. As long as nobody brings in a ringer, we might do a competitive eating, contest or remote sometime. Yeah, I've got it if it's ever about shrimp. Randy, what's your specialty for competitive eating?
Wow. I don't think I have anymore. I don't think I can do that anymore.
How about you, Keon? Can you throw down a bunch of hot dogs or pizza or anything?
I mean, I've never been a very fast eater, so that's unfortunate. But pizza,
just me.
Pizza was the one that I would go to if I did want to have a chance.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I guess it's just me right now. So 888-368-1580. Heavy Metal Maniac says, yeah, I also won the Buffalo Wild Wings Hot Wing Challenge.
Wow.
That's impressive.
I think that makes you a ringer. So forget it.
Yep.
Justice Hip says, I am betting GCU to win. I just heard Big George, and you know what? I agree. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I went to a function last week where this nice young lady made crack cornbread. Yeah, you heard me. Crack cornbread, molasses, sugar, other stuff, regular cornbread mix. It was absolutely fantastic. Was it like crunchy? I'm trying to understand why they call it crack cornbread, or were you like in Apache Junction or something? The Jet says, thanks, guys. I'm on it. Yep, Jet's going to go ahead and get that tool chest for his wife. It's going to be a real interesting conversation we have with him first week of January.
Yeah, I'll be looking for the smoke from the bomb that goes off on Christmas morning.
It won't be like immediately after Christmas. We're talking January 5th, 6th, when he comes out of a coma. That's probably when we'll hear from him. The Berg says to Fish Tank, ho hum, regular season Dolphin win. Let him have it. Choro says, take the 800, put it on GCU, and buy both the jet. Yeah, he's saying take $800 and put it on GCU. Am I that confident? No, I am not.
I mean, it's not a lock. It's just likely.
Would I put $80? Maybe. 800?
No,
not even a little bit. Blissful Haze. So sorry, man. King Kitten says Sunday morning we get Raiders at Chiefs and Cowboys at the what? I don't understand what you're saying, King Kittens. Sunday afternoon we get Bills and Buccaneers on local TV. What are you trying to say here? I don't understand what you're saying. You get all the TV and all the radio you want. Big George says the German mark has not been officially used as currency since 1999. How old are you, Keon?
31. So I was 9. I don't know. Like when I heard someone say it at some point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man.
My point is that you can't spend it here.
Yeah, jump off Keon's back. Listen, that's an honest mistake.
Like the blender seal of approval may not be something you can spend with your wife. She may not care at all.
It's a euro is what they're using.
Still can't spend that here.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Big George says, Randy, I checked out the YouTube feed of your show and love your hat representing the Arizona Cardinals with pride.
Yep.
Jeffrey representing the station with pride, wearing his 1580 the Fanatic hat. Keon, got to step up your game there, Good. What's up? Represent your hometown. Represent something, man.
So my hair is pretty big at this point. There are not very many hats that I own that can still fit.
Dude, if the guys in the NFL could put a helmet on over theirs, you could get a hat over yours.
They fit the helmet for it. I have hats, but they no longer fit.
Giant hat for your
and the thing is, if I ever cut my hair,
I'm
just gonna have a giant hat I can't wear.
No, they are just.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you do wear like Washington football team gear.
Yeah, he does.
You do wear the shirts.
Yeah.
Right now, he's wearing a "Don't Touch Me" kitty cat shirt. What is that?
It's like a grumpy cat,
but it's got a unicorn horn.
Yeah, it's doing its own thing.
The hell is that from?
It's not from anything. A friend designed it.
It says, "Don't touch me." You have a problem? A lot of people try to touch you.
Not really. I don't know. I like the design of the shirt.
Now I want
that shirt.
Yeah. Now we just want to touch you.
Please don't.
Yeah, Randy will touch you. He's a hugger. You're lucky he's at home right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a toucher, but I'm not a hugger. But I might just be book just because you got to. If it says don't, I can't help myself.
I can't wait for the CRC Broadcasting holiday gala that's coming up here shortly. I'm going to be touching all over you.
First off, wow. Secondly, we have a holiday gala.
Yeah, we've got a damn holiday gala coming up.
We call it a gala.
It's a damn holiday gala.
I think it's be called a holiday gala, and it's not. I don't think it's that.
It's a gala.
We're having a lunch, Randy.
It's a damn CRC Broadcasting holiday gala.
Yeah. It's not pronounced gala. Let's see. Ukla says, I'm not sure how well that work go from Eddie Robinson to one win Hugh Jackson. I know, about as well as your text, maybe. Boogie, thank you for that. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, that guy looking for a gift for his wife, get her a vacuum because it sucks. So do you if you listen to me. Navy Brad says, hello, guys. Here's my pick. Vikings lose, miss the playoffs. Everyone fired. Team sold to a new owner. Who cares? Let's see. I think Navy Brad is also a Vikings fan, isn't he?
I don't know, but Ziggy Wolf would never sell the team.
Ziggy? God, why? You know what? Can I just stop for a second? In the past, I have spoke these things to the universe, and they have been brought to me. Remember, Randy? I said, "Oh, I wish I had a friend named Boogie."
Yeah.
And I said, if anybody will let me call them Boogie, I'll give you a gift certificate to go to dinner. And so here comes who we now call Boogie, who happened to be listening. He texts in and says, I'll be Boogie. And it turned out to be one of the most awesome super fans that we've ever had on the text line. I know I can't get that lucky twice, but I'll tell you what, I need a Ziggy in my life. I need a Ziggy. I mean, we have an Izzy, but I need a Ziggy, Okay. So if anybody out there is named Ziggy, well, my better check
and any spelling will do, I guess, even though the owner of the Vikings is spelled Zygi.
Don't care. Ziggy. That's all I need. And by the way, I did a search of our database here. We do not have a Ziggy in our text. So I might have to go to my office, get into the prize drawer, find a gift certificate for dinner somewhere, and say, I need me a Ziggy. I need me a Ziggy.
Listen, of all the things that could possibly happen on this show, what we need, it's not a want. What we need is a Ziggy.
We need a Ziggy. And then I need Ziggy and Boogie to be pals. They have to become friends, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Boomer Sooner can't do it. He says, Jeffrey, I'll go from Boomer Sooner to Ziggy, Stardust, and Spiders from Mars if you like. No, yeah, it has to be a brand new, never before heard from texture. That's how we got Boogie. So it can't be changing people's names, can't be using burner phone numbers and that kind of thing. I don't know. Let me get the prize, and we will promote this later. We don't have a whole lot of time left in this show. Hefty Lefty says, I've got a few size 8 hats you could try, Keon. I don't think that's going to fit over his, what do we call the braids, dreadlocks? What do you call it?
They're dreads.
Dreads.
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't know what size would fit over his dreads.
Because I actually had a hat, Washington football team hat, that used to be too big for my head. And at one point it perfectly fit, and now it no longer fits.
Yeah. Maybe we just got to get you a helmet. Get you a football helmet to sit in there and wear. Why not? Slow-mo Zoe. Oh, shoot. The whole thing moved. Randy, you looking forward to the Kurt Warner movie? I know I am. Did we lose Randy?
No, I'm here. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not.
Yeah, I think it's going to be sugary. I mean? It's going to be very sugary. And I like the actor who's playing Kurt Warner, but he might be too much. You know what I'm saying? He might be too much. Then I saw a promo with those two together, and I was like, okay, I guess so. I don't know. What's your hang up on it there, Randy?
Well, like you said, they overdo it. They over dramatize the stuff, you know, and
I mean,
I'd rather watch a hell of a story. It's not like you can over dramatize it.
I would rather watch a 30 for 30 or a Football Life, Kurt Warner, something along those lines.
I think they have it.
I agree, Randy. And the reason why is because, and this is always the thing with Kurt Warner's story, is if you tried to make it a movie, you'd almost go, that's not real. His story is so unbelievable.
Yeah.
That making it into a movie, you still feel like the real thing is the only way that you can feel like that made any sense. That you witnessed it and you watched it.
And you don't know what they're going to draw from and what they're going to omit, right? I mean, the whole story doesn't work unless it's all kind of fitted together. So again, I don't know. I mean, it's...
You know what? Here's what I think, Randy. I think it's time for a mandatory man movie. I think we're going to have to watch it and give it a fair review. Listen, we have a shrine to Kurt Warner here in the studio. And by I do mean me. I get that.
I know.
But there it is. Since the first day this radio station went on the air back February 13th, 2017, that shrine has sat there. And, well, by God, it's the least we can do is watch the Kurt Warner story and give it a fair review. If it stinks, we'll say it stinks. It's not on Kurt Warner. It's on the guy who played Chuck. I don't know the dude's name.
Zachary Levi.
Sure. So it's on Chuck. So, it's 90 minutes, right? Can't be 2 hours. It got to be like 90 minutes. We can watch that.
I mean, I guess I'll watch it. I don't know. I don't think I'm that excited.
Would it help if I sat next to you and had the popcorn in my lap?
Now, there's an offer I almost cannot refuse. Wow.
Can't believe he's falling for that again. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got On This Day in Big Georgia sports history and whatever else we can fit in. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Cardinals getting an extra day this week as they will not play until Monday night when they match up against the Rams. But this is a big one. Cardinals are in control right now of the NFC West at 10-2. The Rams are 8-4, so they would need a lot of help if they're going to overtake the Cardinals. But these are two teams who could potentially see each other again this year in the playoffs. Arizona sitting as a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under at 51.5. Thursday night football tonight, the Vikings hosting the Steelers. Vikings are sitting as 3-point favorites. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Rosalie, the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about a free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up, and if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Time for some smart saving. Put money aside, not your child's future education.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. The sooner you start an AZ 529 education savings plan, the more money you'll have when your little one graduates high school. Invest just $15 a month and you could have thousands of dollars saved for their education needs. Go to az529.gov so when it's time to achieve their dreams, they can.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so tonight we got GCU and ASU playing at 7:15 p.m. At least that's when the broadcast starts. Steelers and Vikings are playing over on Money Radio 1510, and that happens at 6 p.m. So that's what's happening tonight here on the mighty CRC Broadcasting family of radio stations. I mean, I can tell you what's happening with our other stations in Palm Springs, but you would just be sad. It's just... Poor Jeff Bloom. 888-368-1580. FedFam says they're showing Michael Strahan in West Texas sitting next to the Death Machine rocket that he's going to be taking on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday now, huh? Okay. Well, here's hoping. I don't want to lose Michael Strahan, but if you know what's going to happen eventually, right? One of these guys is going to go up in the big penis rocket and something's going to go wrong. You know, I don't want it to, but they're trying to convince this is a safe space flight. Ain't no such thing.
No, I mean, driving from your car to the airport is not a guaranteed
Yeah,
thing.
but I don't drive to the airport from my house in a giant blue space penis filled with rocket fuel.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like that's even more dangerous.
Yeah, that is way more dangerous.
That you could just multiply the risk.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you were trying to say it was no big deal.
no, I'm saying the opposite.
Big George says, damn, Anna Paquin plays Brenda Warner in the movie. Lucky dog. Okay. Screaming Eagle says, I volunteer to watch the Kurt Warner movie and give an unbiased opinion.
Uh-huh.
I think we should all watch it and we should talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. If I think the movie blows chunks, I'm going to tell you it blows chunks. You know why? Because it does not reflect badly on Kurt Warner. It reflects badly on the movie makers. You got Dennis Quaid in there. You got Chuck. And then you got Anna Paquin, and then I don't know who else, but I think I don't know. Might end up feeling like a Hallmark movie. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Ken Kitten says, I'd rather see Mark Sanchez and Greg Olson on the Fox pregame Thursday than Terry Bradshaw and Howie Long. I'll tell you that much. And he says, by the way, in 2007, did the outdoor fountain in front of the station work? That's kind of a weird question. I don't remember the last time the fountain worked. I don't know. Why are you asking me about the fountain? Ukulamak says, hey, how about Zippy the Pinhead. No, I just need somebody that will let me call them Ziggy. That's it. What is Keon, the new Barry Bonds with his dome growing? Stay off the roids, Keon.
I didn't say that I had a big head. I said that my hair.
Yeah, and he's allowed to do roids. He's not playing for a professional team. You know, we do not discourage. In fact, we encourage steroids here at 1580 The Fanatic. Billy from Phoenix says, I'd rather watch Sean Payton movie than the Kurt Warner movie. Fish Tank says, how about a visor, Keon? I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing one, but this is not about me. It's you. You know, the visor. So it just
I do have a Longhorn visor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just
on game days.
Just a tip says, if y'all ever decide on doing a puppy bowl in the future, you damn better ask Skull's pup to join in. Okay. Well, I mean, we got a lot of great dogs here in the show. Keon, why did you make such a big deal about which currency is used? You went all flash anger for a few moments there again. I wish you peace for your soul, sir.
I'm very peaceful. I did not get angry. And the point was to say that the currency just can't be spent here in America the same way that even though you getting that, whoever it was getting the blender tool set might get the blender seal of approval, just make sure that that's currency you can spend in your house with your wife. That's all I'm saying.
I think what I understand, Randy, is that he spent all that time talking about foreign currencies and exchange rates and stuff, dissing the blender seal of approval.
Sounds like it to me.
It's not a diss.
Sounds like a diss.
It's that if you say that if you buy the tool set and you tell your wife this has the blender seal of approval, might not mean anything to her.
See, right there it was.
That's not a diss.
There it is.
That's
the hook line right there.
That is a
diss.
No, that is a fact. That it's just may not carry anything with your wife. It may not mean anything to her.
Senior Wake and Bake says you can call me Zigzag. No. You're Senior Wake and Bake. Kiss the Cook says Ziggy, formerly known as Kiss the Cook. No, not calling you that. Hold on, I got to sneeze.
Wow.
That is
it usually comes in pairs for him.
Yeah, I'm a two sneezer.
Yeah, I muted the second one.
I'll give bless yous to sneeze one and sneeze two. And sneeze three gets a hey, get your life together. You know, what are you doing? Hey, why are you sneezing three times?
That happened to a friend of mine that was riding on the subway in New York, and she sneezed three times, and a lady handed her a handkerchief and said, "Can you get it together?" It's like the nicest thing followed by the meanest thing. Just get it together.
Even that's nice. It's good advice. If it's in New York for sure. But listen, if I
sneeze, a tissue. Get your ass together.
If I sneeze once, okay, allergies. If I sneeze twice, it's pretty bad allergies, but you'll figure it out. Three times, though, that is somebody who's spiraling out of control. That's all there is to it. King Kitten says, well, because I sat on the fountain until Keon opened the door the other day and gave me the Fanatic t-shirt. Oh, okay. I don't remember the last time it worked. Hefty Lefty says, hey guys, remember steroids shrink your nads, but in turn makes your no, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. That is not a net zero gain because it makes your dongle look bigger. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I've never done steroids, so I can't tell you're wrong.
Quick, somebody do steroids and find out.
Yeah, quick, somebody do steroids. You have 11 minutes.
Let us know.
No photos, please. Big Kev says, wonder if the Kurt Warner movie will be somewhat similar to a Disney movie about the walk-on Philadelphia Eagles kicker. That guy went from being garbage man to kicking in the NFL. Remember him?
Yeah, Vince Papale.
Fed fan says
he wasn't a kicker. He was a kick returner.
Ah, that's right.
He was on special teams. Vince Papale. I love that movie.
Fed fan says she sneezes three times. Fed fan, get your life together. Fish Tank says it's really hard to make a good sports movie. They always come off super cheesy, and you always know the main athlete's going to triumph. I mean, what was the last good sports movie? I think it was Moneyball. Yeah, what is that, like 10 years old now? Something like that, yeah. And no, we're not calling you Zig Tank. King Kitten says, I'm a 4 or 5 sneezer. Just the Tip says 3 sneezes ain't bleep. I don't sneeze a lot, but when I do, it's at least 8. I think all y'all need Jesus. That's what I think. Wow. I don't know. I heard a woman say that once, and I just can't help myself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1977, one of the most gruesome incidences in sports history occurred when Kermit Washington of the Los Angeles Lakers destroyed the face of Houston Rockets forward Rudy Tomjanovich. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers and Houston Rockets had gotten into a big old fight. Washington tussling with Rocket center Kevin Cunnert. And then Washington saw Rudy Tomjanovich walking up into the corner of his eye. Blam! He says he instinctively just turned and punched him in the face. And now, you guys, I don't know, this is 77, so I'm sure nobody really knows about this, but I'm sure some of you do. But this was a kind of punch that could have killed the guy. He just turned and punched him so hard, Tomjanovich fell to the ground, and the crowd just got quiet. And suddenly this pool of blood started to gather around Tomjanovich. Now, he broke his nose. The punch fractured his skull, damaged his teeth, and out came in that puddle, not just blood, but spinal fluid from his brain. One punch from Kermit Washington. And so Kermit was like, I saw him coming. I just swung. I had no idea who it was. Now I've talked to other people. I understand Rudy wasn't even there to fight. He's just never been in a fight. It was an honest, unfortunate mistake. And of course, that mistake really kind of ruined Kermit Washington. Afterwards, nobody ever looked at him the same. He was given a $10,000 fine, 26-game suspension, and I think that's the longest one in the history of the NBA. Then Tomjanovich missed the rest of the season. He did end up coming back, but before he did, he sued the Lakers, won $3.2 million. That is 1977 money. And, so that's how that went down. But, yeah, crazy story. Did you see that when it happened, Randy? Any of that?
I didn't see it, no, but I remember it quite well because it was all the headlines, and I was just a youngster growing up back then. So, yeah, I mean, that was crazy. But the fortunate thing is Rudy Tomjanovich came back and was a very successful NBA coach, winning a championship.
No. Yeah. Well, he got better.
Oh, yeah, he did get better, but
that was a scary moment right there.
Absolutely.
But what a punch. You got to give credit where credit is due on that. I mean, nobody ever liked Kermit Washington again. I mean, that sullied his reputation, and anything that happened next, that's all anybody thought about. But hell of a punch, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hell of a punch. All right. Hefty Lefty says it's also the 17th anniversary of one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history when T-Mac scored 13 points in the final 35 seconds of the game to beat the Spurs.
Wow.
Yeah, I was living in San Antonio at the time. Shocked the entire city that they didn't know what to make of that. I mean, he would just, it was a scoring barrage, and it was seconds. He just couldn't miss.
Yeah.
Fed Fan says, okay, so after that last story, who's ready to eat dinner now? I'll have my steak rare, thank you. Ukla says, I saw replays because everything was on tape delay, but yeah, that just, I mean, you very likely could have seen a man die right there. That's how bad that punch was. So Thunder Snow says, can Kermit Washington get booked on the morning show? It's just somebody bringing him some water. Wow. Blam! Hey, by the way, I needed to tell you guys real fast. You remember a few years ago, KFC took Christmas Yule logs, and then they made them into fried chicken smelling Yule logs. You know, I
do remember that.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
the 11 herbs and spices Yule fire log, and I mean,
I don't know why you would want your house to smell like fried chicken. You're not getting to eat.
That's a good point. Like Mitch Hedberg talked about, he always wanted to get cinnamon roll smelling candles to give all his roommates false hope. Well, the fried chicken logs are back, and you can get them at walmart.com for $15.88. In the box, it says not actually fried chicken. And here's the thing. The fire log smells like KFC, but from what I understand, I think it might be more nutritious. I mean,
I see.
I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but
I can believe that.
Yeah, so if you like that as a gag gift or something, it's out there, man. It is out there. Hey, we have a new texter who would better not be a burner phone texter. If this is a new texter, 1770 says, getting ziggy with it. Nah. All right, so you have to absolutely promise that you are a brand new texter here on the Daily Blender, and then, I'll set you up with something, and you let me call you Ziggy. But I am a little suspicious We've had people with burner numbers before, or they grab their wife's phone number and they do that. I think that also I'll need to see you text for a while, in good faith before we do so.
I think that's fair.
The answer from 1770 was yes. What did I ask? I can't remember what I asked. Does that mean you are a fraud or you're not a fraud?
I think they mean that they're not a fraud.
Well, I mean, I can't assume anything. There's a one-word answer. I don't know what to make of that.
That's what Ziggy does.
Yeah. Ziggy's confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Jiggy says, who the hell's that guy? Ziggy says, me. Call me Ziggy. All right, you better not be fake. You better not be fake. Hitting the Nut says, Walker told me I have AIDS.
Nice throwback.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to listen to the Steelers and the Vikings, turn your radio to Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. If you want to hang around and see what happens with ASU and GCU, keep your radio right here on 1580 The Fanatic. That broadcast starts at 7:15 p.m. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, my name is Ted, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip shake is when the peppermint shake is available, that's to me sort of announces that the holiday